At Griffin Law, your mission is their mission. Here's VFL Marshall Griffin.
As a veteran and retired military attorney, I've successfully defended lifelong benefits and helped preserve professional futures. So I know that when you hire a military justice lawyer, you maximize your chance to get relief. With my unique experience, I can advocate for you because there's no military matter that's too big or too small. Let us help you make these critical decisions that could affect the rest of your life. Remain silent. Request counsel. Call Griffin Law.
For a free consultation, call 888-707-4282. That's 888-707-4282. Or just visit griffinlawdefense.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
WKGN 1340, go Vols!
You're tuned in to East Tennessee's premier sports radio call-in show. This is The Drive.
And hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another stellar edition of The Drive here on Fan Run Radio. Russell Smith punching the time clock on a beautiful Friday afternoon here in East Tennessee. We are live in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios today after the NFL Draft blew our minds last night. Another disappointing evening in Lindsey Nelson Stadium, but we'll start with some basketball here this afternoon. As Bob, we've been talking about this week, like, why isn't Jalen Harrelson signed? Well, we get that done today. Yes. Then Braden Liu goes ahead and makes it official. He is committed. This on the heels of Nate Ament declaring for the draft last night. I was told last night, Bob, that it's not one of those, I guess technically he could withdraw from the draft, but I was told it's like this thing where he makes his decision.
Yeah, he's I've heard the same. I've heard he's, barring NBA execs saying you're a clown and, you need to go back. He's gone. Yeah. He's gone.
I mean, his statement he put out on, I guess, Instagram.
Yeah, look
very a lot of
definitive.
Finality.
Yeah.
And the picture starting to, the totality of the picture for Rick Barnes starting to come clearer into focus.
Yes. Yep. And I think, and not coincidental at all that Harrelson immediately signs. So
I don't blame the kid.
Yeah. He's just kind of scoping it out. And then,
what's the last one? We're at Juke.
Yeah, I think I think we were saying it on the text thread. I know we have Braden Liu, which we'll talk about. I still think I'd be surprised if we're not out there scouting another.
Add another big fella would be good.
Got a question for you, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Could the person we're out there with the Russ, we talked about this yesterday, Russ, the 5 for 5 that's supposed to be coming up in May. We holding a spot. Can we turn our hopes for Nate coming back, perhaps to Acapara coming back?
I don't know that they are holding a spot for anybody. I don't know that plays into it, but I think that Rick Barnes, like a lot of other coaches across the country, is in kind of a strange position right now where, I mean, how many other great players saw their eligibility expire? And we saw a handful of guys go into the portal who had no more eligibility.
Aberdeen.
And wasn't there one from – I mean, there were a bunch of those guys that went into the portal. So, I mean, that just opens up a whole nother can of worms. And I also heard about that there's not an insignificant chance, maybe a decent chance that ends up happening just because the NCAA doesn't want to get sued again.
Mm-hmm.
They've been winning lately.
If they get some of these – yeah, I mean, they've won a few, but, I mean, good grief. It's a lot of bandwidth to keep up with all the lawsuits right now. So, I mean, that could happen as well. And what about the guys that didn't go into the portal then? Okpara, not just him, but, Gillespie, other guys that might be out there. Would there be a potential, special portal for them? Could you have a COVID-like scholarship increase just to work some of those guys in? I don't know, but there's a lot to work through. I mean, suffice it to say, Bob, you add Felix Okpara as an anchor to this front line to go with Harrelson, Terrence Hill, Day Ames, Lundblade, the guys that we've already added. Again, like the expectations just continue to ratchet up for this program.
Yeah. I think it's going to be very interesting. I mean, we're kind of waiting. We're on Juke Harris watch too, right? He's got to announce at least his intentions by the end of today.
Has he not entered the draft?
Not officially.
No, not officially.
So, Bob, if we were to, let's just say all things being equal, if we ended up just getting Juke Harris and maybe another big prospect, would you feel like, we've got a complete ready to make a run team to go next year?
On paper, yeah, I think it looks really promising. Again, just got to get them together and see how that all works out. But man, the talent level is high, and got to say, man, Barnes' resolve right now. You heard it yesterday. Some of his quotes, man.
It's so awesome how he's just sort of transitioned into this new era without missing a beat. Everybody's like, well, he'll be one of the first to fall. I mean, he'll not necessarily fall, but just go ahead and do what Jay Wright and Tony Bennett did and just walk away from the game that they came up in, which is no more. And he's not only stuck around, like he's at the vanguard as far as guys that are thriving in this new environment.
Sure is.
He's over there with Calipari now. I feel like that class of, you can attract the top talent because he'll get you ready to go play at the next level.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, and I do love, the quote that, it rang true because there was a certain college football coach who used a similar quote earlier this year and he won a national title. But Barnes has been throwing around the quote, we're focusing on production over retention, which I just love because he's basically saying, man, we're just going out and getting guys that have proven it, which is what Kurt Cignetti said at Indiana. He said his was a little different, but he said, we built a roster that was production over potential. So kind of the same thing, really. And again, now I think back to all the guys that have left. And honestly, I still stand by it. Short of Amari Evans, I'm like, man, I feel like we upgraded. You could argue maybe with JP, not the case, but we got to remember the ups and downs we had with JP too.
Yeah, but like we talked about yesterday, that's still the one, if we could get him back, for me, that would help more than anything with the roster the way it's constructed now would be Felix.
What would you do about Gillespie? If he wanted to come back and could come back.
That's an interesting
Who do
one.
we bring in to replace him? Which one of
Terrence Hill.
Yeah, I mean, we've got more at guard than we had this past year. I mean, Jacoby was great. He was great.
Because I kind of lean towards, like, if you could get Jacoby back, that's the reason that we're all excited about Okpara is because the drop-off from him to Miles Rubin is expected to be bigger than the drop-off from Gillespie to Terrence Hill Jr.
Right.
But, like, Gillespie is just as big of an impact. And you talk about carryover of the culture and everything. I just think if you're able to go to Gillespie and say, listen, we're going to be able – remember how often we talked about we are just putting so much on him this year. We're asking
Sure.
so much of Jacoby Gillespie. It's like, hey, that won't be the case now. You're going to be a pure point guard. You're going to be able to bring the ball up. You won't have to worry about, am I going to score? Am I going to pass? Am I going to do this? Oh, am I off the ball this position? Okay, now I got to run. And, like, you're just going to be the guy. We're going to run sets for these other guys. You're going to be the pass first guy. And shots are just going to happen for you, kind of the way they did for Zakai Ziegler, right? You're just going to find yourself with 5 to 6 open 3-point attempts per game. you're just going to find yourself with an opportunity to drive the lane a couple of times a game. You're not going to have to force those opportunities. Oh, and by the way, we've got competent backups for you if you need a blow.
Yeah,
this time of year. You say the same thing, by the way, if to Miles Rubin is like, hey, I know you're probably disappointed that Okpara is coming back, but this guy was born in foul trouble. Yeah. You're going to have plenty of opportunity, and we can put you on the floor at the same time. We can do a Twin Towers look. There's a lot we can do here.
Yeah, we had an interesting discussion yesterday, Russ. I want to get your take on it. This was before Nate announced his intentions to move on to the NBA. But the question, maybe it was Bear who asked it, that was, who would you rather have between Nate Ament or Felix Okpara? And you can only have one. And my response was, if Juke Harris is in the picture, it's going to sound, some might think it's crazy. I don't think it's that crazy. I'd say I'd rather have Felix, just because of what he brought defensively and what we're missing now.
This is where you and I part ways, my friend. Like I see what you're saying, and like the need of a rim protector is bigger here, but
and again, this is providing that Juke comes in too.
Yeah. I mean, that was a qualifier. I mean, we can get Juke because we started the 2 out of the 3.
But you could also have Nate coming back and potentially be the number 1 overall player in the draft, something we've literally never had before. Yeah, I mean, I would still have to go there knowing that it probably leaves us a little bit thin or exposed at the post. But again, for the umpteenth time this week, these are good problems to have for Rick Barnes. Yeah. But when these are the kind of either-or conversations you're having, I mean, it's better than, Ethan Berger, Bishop Boswell, which was the conversation we had so many times last year.
And it's, yes. And it's, again, got to keep reminding people of it because it's there. It could be Kentucky right now. They're
imploding, dude.
They're now trying to hire Jamal Crawford as an assistant coach. And the reason why is because.
Isn't he doing TV right now?
Yes. And, that partly is because he helped coach the number 1 overall prospect in high school right now, Tyron Stokes. And see, they're in a battle, and it's becoming like an existential battle between Kansas and Oregon for that kid.
It's always a good sign when you're hiring an assistant coach trying to get a player who's probably only going to be there for a year anyway.
Yeah.
Well, Kentucky's getting back to their roots now, aren't they? Hiring high school or AAU coaches to land kids.
Ain't good.
Again, really hate it for them. Disturbing to see how much they've fallen on hard times up there. Praying for you, Big Blue. What are we calling it? The Big Blue breakdown, catastrophe,
coltastrophe,
come apart, coltastrophe. Oh, that's a tough scene up there.
Big Blue balls.
Big Blue balls. That's good too.
I mean, was there any more news out there? I mean, the governor's gotten involved. Mitch Barnhart's been called out for his $1 million golden parachute job.
I thought I saw where he was going to not get that job. The governor basically shamed them into rescinding the parachute offer.
Yeah. I admit they've got a mess on their hands up there.
Have they hired a new athletics director yet?
No.
President apparently is kind of taking control.
Well, see, Tennessee fans, it can always be worse. And, I know our athletics director has come under a lot of criticism lately. I saw him last night, by the way.
Did you speak?
No. He was backing out. Like, he has the prime parking spot. You know that little alcove between the new Stokely dormitory and the Nealon Thompson facility, that little area there? He's got the main parking spot there. It's kind of got his name on it or something. And drives a Tahoe, nothing too ostentatious. And he's trying to back out. Like, I'm walking to the ballpark, right? And like, I was at the beginning, they had everybody stopped to cross the street there. Mm-hmm. And so I'm at the beginning of that pack of people that are crossing the street. And we're coming up as he's trying to back out of his spot. I look in the car, I'm like, that's Danny White. Mm-hmm. And he looks back and realizes that this huge pack of people are coming through, and he's not going to be able to back out. And I could like just sense the disappointment coming from his vehicle as he's like, oh, well, and he just kind of like pulled back into his parking space and sat there for what I can only imagine was a good 10 minutes or so while the crowd of people walked behind his car.
What a bummer.
Missed his chance by if he had just pulled out 5 seconds earlier, he would have been in the clear.
I can relate.
Would have been in the clear, yes.
I figured he recognized you. He's like, there's Russell Smith.
Oh, yeah.
I heard what those guys said.
Absolutely, yeah. He wanted to park and get my autograph. But no, the parking equivalent of choosing the wrong line at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or the grocery store right there. Anyway, What was I talking about? Yeah. So like it could be worse. We're not Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know our athletics director is charging exorbitant fees and prices right now, but he's trying to put a first-class product on the field in front of us. And we can argue a lot about the best way to go about doing that, but
you have to believe he's standing down a little bit right now on what Barnes is doing.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Like it's free reign.
I mean, at least we have one of the major sports is a national powerhouse. We're a top 8 team in the country.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a fact of it. And that's what's keeps me from, whatever's going on with the baseball team, their struggles. And then,
hey, for all our anxieties about football, we have seen it a lot worse around here. And I'm not saying that you can't complain about it because you have right to do it. I complained about it a little bit this week, but I don't know that the coach we have over there walking around is a genius, but I've seen a lot worse in his position.
Yeah, normally we score quite, a lot of points. And the year we didn't score a lot of points, we had a really, really good defense. So it's exciting. It's fun to watch. He doesn't embarrass us like the last 3. And we tried a Gump out there who didn't know how to put on a gaiter during COVID. I mean, he's a complete idiot.
Hard times. All right. Coming up this afternoon, we're going to talk a lot about the NFL draft. Our buddy Jordan Dejani of CBS Sports is going to join here in just a few minutes. And no Tennessee Volunteers coming off the board last night. Surely we'll have a couple go tonight in the 3rd round. We'll talk to him about that. A lot of controversy around my Titans taking Carnell Tate out of Ohio State, 4th overall. Last night we will break down that pick, and at some point we'll get into this baseball debacle.
Are you going to
have to?
Were you worried in the stands that you might get hit by a pitch?
I mean, they got the net that goes all the way around the park, and it's not like the olden days where if you were halfway up one of the baselines, like you got to have your head on a swivel because you might take one in the grill. We've gotten way too safety conscious,
way too soft
in America. Yeah, it's just. I mean, I don't know. To answer your question, no. I felt too safe last night, but emotionally, I was very vulnerable. It was.
Are you going to tell the listeners about the person you were sitting with and how they comported themselves?
I was with Magic Mike, and he's a
rageaholic.
We were both feeling some kind of way. So we'll talk about that if we must this afternoon. It is The Drive on Fan Run Radio. 865-966-3435 is your phone number. We're back with more right after this.
The Drive.
Take Fan Run Radio with you on the all-new Fan Run app. Just search for Fan Run Radio wherever you download your apps.
It's baseball time in Knoxville. Your Knoxville Smokies are back home all this week. We start the week off Tuesday and jump right into our final matinee game on Wednesday with first pitch at 12:30. Thursday is Knox Vegas Thirsty Thursday with half-off draft beers, and the weekend, you know it's rockin' with Feel Good Friday, dancing with the Smokies on Saturday, and post-game fireworks, and it's halfway to Halloween on Sunday. Don't miss a minute of the action. Reserve your seats now at SmokiesBaseball.com.
Experience the thrill of traveling with C&B's exclusive travel program. Customers age 50 and above with a Plus Perks checking account can participate, ensuring a safe and delightful travel adventure. Take a day trip or an overnight trip. Travel domestic or international. C&B is always on the go.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
And on your free Fan Run app. Also on the YouTube Fan Run Sports channel, where you can see our next guest, Jordan Dejani of CBSSports.com. I trust he's good. We can't see him here in studio, but I'm told he looks very handsome. Jordan, good afternoon. How are you, sir?
Yo, what's going on, guys? You guys got me?
Hey, you sound great, my friend. Thanks for jumping on. I know this is your time of the year, your time to shine, Jordan Dejani. It's draft weekend. How are we doing?
I'm doing great. I mean, I'm excited, but I'm tired. I feel hungover, even though I didn't drink anything. It was a long night last night, and I'm really excited for the long weekend that's in front of us. So, ton of stuff to break down, and I'm excited to do it with you guys right now.
Yeah, let's start here locally for our audience here in East Tennessee. I think there's some surprise that no Vols get drafted in the first round last night. We've heard about Jermon McCoy, the injury concerns there with the knee. We always knew that, like, Colton Hood taking the invite to go up there for the draft. I mean, that's always a gamble. And both of those guys still on the board. I would imagine they get taken quickly today here in the third round, but still got to be disappointing for those guys.
Yeah, for sure. I really thought that Colton Hood was going to be a first-round pick. I thought he was going to go number 27 overall to the Miami Dolphins. Ultimately, they landed with the guy Chris Johnson out of San Diego State. So Colton Hood falling out of the first round was a surprise to me. Now, as for Jermon McCoy, arguably the most talented corner in this class, him falling out of the first round actually was not surprising to me because the week prior, before the draft, NFL Media's Tom Pelissero reported that there was concern about a bone plug that was used to repair a cartilage defect in McCoy's knee. And there's some doctors out there in the NFL with teams that believe he needs another surgery, which would require a quote-unquote extensive recovery. So it's really tough to identify where McCoy could go right now. He could be off the board in the first 5 picks tonight. He could end up falling to the third round. As for Colton Hood, I would anticipate he goes relatively early tonight.
Hey, Jordan, appreciate you joining us. for you as we talk about the first round, what we saw last night, what would you rank as the biggest surprise that you saw maybe in those first 10 picks? Was it Carnell Tate going as high as he did to the Titans, or was there something else that caught your eye?
I think the biggest surprise would probably be Arvell Reese falling to number 5 to the New York Giants. It seemed like the national media was banging the drum saying that he was a lock to go somewhere in the top 3. And hey, if the Tennessee Titans had the opportunity to draft him, Robert Saleh was probably going to jump at that opportunity. So did not anticipate the Titans drafting Carnell Tate over Arvell Reese. That was a little surprising to me. But with that being said, Carnell Tate, not only does he fit a need, I think he's a very high floor prospect. It remains to be seen where his ceiling could potentially be. I don't know if he's going to be a number 2 wide receiver in the NFL or if he has the potential to be really a number 1 pass catcher for Cam Ward. Did not see him going number 4 overall, but it was not the worst pick in the world for the Tennessee Titans.
Jordan Dajani, CBS Sports, with us here this afternoon. Yeah, we haven't gotten into this yet, but from my perspective as a Titans fan, and I saw some immediate reaction. Our boy Shump is not handling this well, by the way.
Not at all.
I was surprised by it. At the moment it happened, I was stunned. But yeah, as it sank in, you know what? I just feel like he has a high floor, which is a good thing. You don't want to bust a pick that. I'd be stunned if he's not at least a good, solid NFL receiver. Maybe the ceiling isn't quite as high there, but you need receivers. And now all of a sudden you've got, you might not have a star there in that wide receiving room, Jordan, but a lot of good bodies in there right now, certainly more than the Titans have been accustomed to.
Yeah, and I guess let me make the case for Titans fans to be excited about Carnell Tate. So the Titans have made 5 straight first-round picks on offense dating back to Treylon Burks. And Carnell Tate can be here to break that A.J. Brown trade curse. He's the highest drafted wide receiver in Titans history. And, when it comes to Tate, the player, what I'm really excited about is his downfield ability. He's obviously not a burner when it comes to his speed. He's not going to run a 4.1 40 or anything like that, but he really does separate downfield with his route running. He had 6 receiving touchdowns of 30-plus air yards last season, which ranked most in the FBS. And we know with Cam Ward, the quarterback, he's someone who loves these long developing routes. So he's going to let it fly with this dude going downfield. Carnell Tate has very sure hands, I would describe them as. He has a great catch radius. Again, he just doesn't have that explosive element, but I do really think that he's going to contribute immediately for the Titans. We all knew that wide receiver was still somewhat of a need entering the first round of the draft, so they took a player that they're very confident in.
Well, and then you trade into the tail end of the round there and get Keldrick Falk out of Auburn, edge rusher. And, we can debate his upside. But bottom line, Jordan, is the 2 major needs, receiver and edge rusher, they got 2 first-rounders to use on there. So, hey, we'll see how all these guys play. I mean, who knows how Bailey and Bain are going to do. You ultimately judge a draft a couple of years on down the road. But just in terms of addressing the immediate needs, the Titans did it both last night.
I would say with Falk, listen, I got a lot of thoughts on this because the trade was controversial. I think drafting the prospect was a bit controversial too, because I would not describe Keldrick Falk as a pure pass rusher. I don't think he's going to be a full-time pass rushing defensive end in this scheme. He lined up a lot on the inside during his time at Auburn, and I think that's kind of where he's best suited. He's kind of a straight-up guy, really good run defender, but he's not someone who's a speed rusher who's going to rack up sacks for Robert Saleh's defense. And he kind of fits the bill when it comes to what Robert Saleh wants from this scheme. You look at guys like John Franklin Myers, Jeffrey Simmons, Jermaine Johnson. These are all guys who kind of move around on the defensive line, and Keldrick Falk is exactly that. The problem is I kind of wanted a speed rusher. I wanted someone like an R. Mason Thomas, maybe a Zion Young, Cassius Howell from Texas A&M as a kid I'm really high on. And you could have gotten that by waiting in the second round. Instead, you traded up for a guy who is very much a prospect based on traits in regards to, or as opposed to, I should say, production. So it's a bit controversial. I'm not exactly the biggest Keldrick Falk fan in the world, but with Robert Saleh at the helm, there's obviously reason that he can bring some upside to this defense.
I was looking on CBSSports.com, a piece you guys did identifying the 5 biggest reaches in the first round. And it's funny because we talked yesterday about how much we were enamored with Jeremiah Love, saying that's who the Titans should get. And now that the Titans don't get him and the Cardinals, we knew that was a real possibility that they would take him at 3. He's listed as one of those biggest reaches in the draft. And so we sit here now and we're like, hell yeah, that's right. We didn't that's a reach. But what do you, from your perspective, what do you think was like, which one of the picks, was it him? Was it Simpson? Which one was like a head scratcher for you where it landed at least?
Yeah, I mean, Jeremiah Love was not the biggest reach to me. I guess you could define it as a reach. I thought he would have been a lot better of a fit in Tennessee compared to Arizona. I feel like this Cardinals organization is putting an incredible amount of pressure on Jeremiah Love because there are holes all over the roster, notably at quarterback, but they also ranked top 5 in sacks allowed and bottom 5 in sacks recorded last season, the Arizona Cardinals. So they really needed to reinforce the trenches, and I don't think Jeremiah Love is going to be able to pull that franchise out of the dumps just by himself. But if you're asking for a pick that I thought was definitely the biggest reach, the worst pick of the first round, it was made by the franchise that is trying to go through the draft without a general manager. It turns out you need a general manager to run the NFL draft, and that's the Minnesota Vikings. They took Caleb Banks, the defensive lineman out of Florida, number 18 overall. He was our number 92 overall prospect over at CBS Sports. He injured the same foot twice in the last year, including at the Combine. Played just 3 games for the Gators this past season. He was someone I anticipated actually falling to the second round. Now, don't get me wrong. He seems like a very talented player. I think he's 6'6", 327 pounds. He adds something in terms of an element rushing the passer. But grabbing him at number 18 overall was probably the biggest shock of the first round. Yes, even more shocking than the Rams taking Ty Simpson at number 13.
Jordan Dejani, CBS Sports, with us this afternoon. We're talking about the NFL draft, which continues this evening up in Pittsburgh. And yeah, Ty Simpson, there's a lot of reaching going on last night. It seems like in the first round of the NFL draft, a lot made about that pick, a lot made about Sean McVay's reaction to that pick. And, I could understand certainly Matt Stafford being upset that, he doesn't get a weapon or maybe another defender to help their immediate championship future. But I just thought that Sean McVay, being the respected NFL championship head coach that he is, Jordan, would have a lot of input on the draft process for the Rams. And it seems like what we're hearing about, at least how things went down last night, maybe he doesn't have as much influence as we might have thought.
This was the highest any team has ever drafted a quarterback after they had a quarterback win MVP the previous season. And we know the Los Angeles Rams are all in for a Super Bowl. Well, a team hasn't won the Super Bowl the same season where they drafted a quarterback in the first round since 1980 with the Raiders. That was Mark Wilson out of BYU, by the way. So, yeah, it's very controversial. It's easy to say, man, the Rams could be one player away. What if they got Mekhi Lemon, the slot receiver out of USC? What if they added an offensive lineman or tight end Kenyon Sadiq? Could that help the Rams in their immediate pursuit of a Lombardi trophy? Yes, potentially. But I will put this out there. While Sean McVay's reaction during the post-draft press conference was very notable, I thought it was interesting that my coworker, Jonathan Jones over at CBS Sports, our NFL insider, he wrote a column saying that Sean McVay was actually acting, that he had to put on a different face in order to save face with Matthew Stafford, who's still the franchise quarterback, the reigning NFL MVP. The thing is, Matthew Stafford doesn't know how much longer he's going to play, right? It's at least going to be 2026. The thing is, the franchise right now is working on an extension, and it's going to be a year-by-year thing. He's going to sign at least for one more year through 2027, I would imagine. But there's something to say about keeping everybody in the building happy. So I don't think Sean McVay was thrilled about drafting the heir apparent to his legendary Hall of Fame quarterback at number 13 overall in this draft. But I don't think he was exactly besides himself either.
That's an interesting wrinkle. I didn't think about that. You want to keep the current guy laser focused and, making him feel comfortable, because I do think of that. I think about other franchises, Green Bay comes to mind for me. They've always had some level of consistency at the quarterback position, from Favre to Rodgers to now Jordan Love. And so, I think that picking Simpson's not necessarily a bad one, but it's how you navigate all the politics of it.
Right. I want to be.
Sorry.
Sorry, I was just going to quickly say, I don't want to make it dramatic. I don't think it's the worst pick in the world. People are going to be talking about it for weeks on end now. But again, we've seen this strategy work with the Green Bay Packers. If Ty Simpson ends up being Aaron Rodgers, obviously I'm not saying he's going to be, but if he ends up being a great franchise quarterback, then it's going to be a good pick. The Rams are still going to be in the mix for the Super Bowl. In fact, they're favored to hoist the Lombardi next February. So it's one of those situations where we just really have to see how it pans out. Sorry, Bear, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I thought I'd read somewhere yesterday that Simpson's dad had some kind of relationship with the GM or somebody in the front office with the Rams.
Yeah. Les Snead, I think.
Yeah. And I wondered if that had anything to do with, with McVay's reaction and how it all went down, because it does seem odd.
You know what's so funny is I was watching the pre-draft coverage on NFL Network, and Ian Rappaport would just not stop talking about Ty Simpson's connection to Les Snead and the Rams. So much so that I rushed over to my sportsbook, DraftKings, and put money on the Rams to draft Ty Simpson. And that ended up, of course, coming to fruition.
Hey, well done.
But, to your point, what happened was when Ty Simpson was going through the process of, hey, should I return to Alabama? Should I transfer to another school? Should I declare for the NFL draft? What his dad started doing was some groundwork, talking to some people in the league, saying, what's the best course of action here? And the best course, and one of the people he talked to was actually Les Snead, the general manager of the Los Angeles Rams, who confirmed to Ty Simpson's father that, yes, your son is a first-round pick. So right there from the jump, it was clear that the Rams were interested in Ty Simpson, or at least viewed him as being eligible to be selected on opening night. So there was a lot of ties there. We know that Ty Simpson is a coach's son. He's someone who, can't enter the NFL and be a day one contributor. I think everybody would agree it would benefit him to sit for a year or even two, maybe longer. And he gets to do that in LA behind one of the best quarterbacks to do it in the modern era in Matthew Stafford. So this is the best case scenario for Ty Simpson. He doesn't have to go to the crummy New York Jets or the Arizona Cardinals. He gets to be with Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford and learn the ins and the outs of the NFL.
Well, Jordan, you basing your bets on what, was it Todd McShay or Kuiper? You said
Ian Rappaport.
Oh, Rappaport. That seems to be paying off better for you than I was taking Diana Rossini's advice, and that didn't go well. I'm beginning to think her sources might have dried up.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened with that situation. Has she been in the news recently or something? I haven't seen her on Twitter.
I don't know. Oh, man, that's rough. That's rough. All those rumors, we always heard those rumors about her and Vrabel, and I just sort of dismissed them at the time as, oh, that's just gross. That's just sexist, male, pig-headed sports radio punditry at its worst. And it turns out it was all true.
Yeah. I remember there was rumors about this years ago, and I literally never paid any attention to it. I thought it was just fodder and nothing. But and especially with Mike Vrabel, man, I always looked at him as all right, this dude is really set in his ways. He's a very smart NFL coach. He would not be dumb enough to be running around and doing what he was allegedly doing. So, I don't know if the Titans saw something coming. I'm really curious if guys like Rand Carthon or people in the organization knew anything about this, because it sounds like some people certainly did. But yeah, Mike Vrabel certainly found himself in a world of hurt, and I'm really curious, what's going to happen next? Because as you guys know, he's stepping away for day 3 of the draft to go on this weird retreat with his family and seek counseling. Are there more layers to this story? Is there another shoe that's going to drop? Are there extra alleged affairs? I'm not 100% sure.
Bob, for the first time last night, while I was seeing some of this stuff come out, and he does another press conference before the draft, which I don't really think he needed to do, but whatever. For the first time, I found myself thinking, I don't know this is going to happen, but it was the first time I even began to think, is Mike Vrabel in trouble here, in danger of losing his job ultimately?
That's what I was wondering.
It just feels like there's a steady drip of this stuff, and who's to say when it ends?
It's true.
Yeah, and I will say this too. A lot of people are asking, can the NFL punish Mike Vrabel? Because obviously this is the biggest story of the NFL offseason. And the league has come out and said, no, he hasn't done anything to go against the personal conduct policy, which I think in itself is true. I mean, obviously no one's going to defend Mike Vrabel and his alleged actions, but he hasn't done anything that's illegal or violent or dangerous or putting innocent victims at risk or damaging the reputation of the Shield at large. So someone like James Pierce Jr., he's definitely eligible for almost an extension, for a suspension. But I don't know if Mike Vrabel necessarily is.
So I'm gonna
Mike Vrabel got his extension.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
It's just sitting right there. It's just sitting there. You expect
we got Jordan
a dullard like me to pass up on that one?
Man, we've got a renowned national correspondent here and
NFL guru.
Yeah, we've just
don't set it up like that. Then what do you expect from me?
Totally,
Russell Smith. Nice to meet you.
Never talk with Jordan again. No, what I was going to ask Jordan, and this has kind of some underpinnings to the college game, but there's a lot of to-do about this, and I think with good reason, because we saw it happen on the field in college football this season with the third consecutive national champion coming from the Big Ten. The Big Ten had the most first-round picks last night over the SEC, so they broke the SEC string of always leading that category, and not far behind the SEC. With I think the SEC had 7 first-round picks, and then the ACC and Big 12 each had 6. Is this a byproduct, you think, of what's going on, again, with NIL, the portal, all those things that, the world's becoming a little more flat when it comes to college football?
Yeah, 100%. And I would definitely chalk it up to NIL. I don't think that the SEC, and maybe I'm wrong about this, but the SEC is not going to be dominant when it comes to pushing out first-round talents over the other power conferences year in, year out. I think it's going to be a lot more dispersed. I think there's going to be more parity when it comes to the Power 4 conferences and the talent that they're churning out on opening night. I also think, one of the storylines too is the ages of this class. Like, there's a lot of these older players who can go out there and rent a car that are going in the first round, second round, third round. I think we're going to see a lot of more of that as well, is older players being draft eligible. And, that's always viewed as a con on a prospect's like scouting report. I don't think that's necessarily going to be the case anymore. We'll have these 25-year-old first-round picks for years to come.
Okay, one more question from me. This is looking ahead to tonight's action in the draft and forward. Who's your prediction for the next quarterback to be picked?
Ooh, yeah, I love this question because a lot of people would say, Garrett Nussmeier. He's the one that people love and has all this potential, but I don't necessarily think so. There's been a lot of noise around Carson Beck out of Miami. It's hard for me to really buy into that because I don't look at Carson Beck as someone who I would draft and develop as a backup quarterback who I see all this potential in. When we're talking about these young quarterbacks where you're taking a lottery ticket on, I would look at someone like Taylon Green out of Arkansas. I love that dude. I was in Neyland Stadium watching this 7-foot monster run for 300 yards all over our defense. Like, that's someone who I would be really interested in. So I actually have a bet. I put $5 on this for the top 4 quarterbacks off the board. It was Fernando Mendoza 1, Ty Simpson 2, Carson Beck to be the 3rd quarterback, just kind of buying into all that noise that was reported, and then number 4, Taylon Green. If all that happens, I'm going to win $400, which would be really, really cool. But the other wild cards would be Garrett Nussmeier and Drew Aller.
I thought I read the word Nussmeier had some type of cyst on his spinal cord removed.
Recently. Yes, that is true, and that was something that I was curious about how exactly it would affect his stock. It almost was something that I think some teams took as good news because it explained why he was playing through this pain and why his performance kind of dipped. And it's not something that's necessarily going to be a major surgery. For example, I think Jermod McCoy, if he ends up going under the knife once again for this knee issue, this bone plug, he's going to have a longer recovery than someone like Garrett Nussmeier getting a cyst removed. So his stock is kind of up in the air. Again, it wouldn't shock me if he was the next quarterback off the board. But I'm sure there's a team out there that's really in love with him.
So who was your best – my last question for me. Who do you think had the best night last night, in your opinion?
I loved looking at Caleb Downs to the Dallas Cowboys at number 11. The last defensive back to be named the unanimous All-American twice in college was actually Eric Berry coming out of Tennessee. So I think Caleb Downs is going to be a potential Hall of Famer when it's all said and done. Mekhi Lemon, number 20 overall to the Philadelphia Eagles, I think is an absolute steal. In fact, I'm going to get off the phone with you guys and put some money on him to win Offensive Rookie of the Year because I love that fit with Jalen Hurts in this new offense. We know that Jalen Hurts is not the best quarterback in the NFL. He really struggles when it comes to throwing against zone coverage, going through his progressions. So with Mekhi Lemon, he's kind of this slot merchant that it's really easy to scheme up touches for. And that's why I love this matchup in Philly. He can really be a pillar of that offense. But if we're talking about who had the best night, it's kind of hard to not talk about the New York Jets, because anytime you walk out of a first round of a draft with 3 immediate impact starters, that's pretty hard to do. So David Bailey at number 2, I would describe him as probably the best pure pass rusher in this class out of Texas Tech. They ended up getting Kenyon Sadiq, the top tight end in this class, at number 16. Not sure if I'm in love with that pick, but he's going to be an immediate starter. And then at number 30, you get Omar Cooper Jr. from Indiana, who is very versatile. Remember, in 2024, he actually led the Big Ten in yards per reception. But in 2025, he transitioned to this different role where he was a slot RPO yak guy. So I think he really showed off his versatility with that. It's going to make life easier for the Jets offense. It's going to make life easier for Geno Smith, the new quarterback. So I'm not saying the Jets are going to be some sleeper in 2026, but obviously they had a very good first round of the NFL draft.
He is Jordan Dejani. You can find his work at cbssports.com. You can follow him on Twitter at Jordan Dejani. Jordan, thank you so much. And I apologize for my off-color remark about Mike Vrabel. That is not in keeping with the high moral standards and of decency that this show is known for.
See, this is why I don't go on camera, because you couldn't see me smiling the entire time.
Sorry. All right. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Jordan.
Jordan Dejani, CBS Sports. Interesting stuff right there. The draft. You got to love the draft, man. It is always a fun time on the calendar year.
I'm going to say this. I mean, I didn't get a chance to mention this to Jordan, but somebody at cbssports.com has projected Jermon McCoy to go like with the 36th pick, so early in the second round, to the New York Giants. And if that happens, that's a great landing spot for McCoy, man. Their defense is borderline nasty. Add Narvell Reese, and they've got Brian Burns, and they've got Abdul Carter. I mean, they've got some dudes on defense, man.
That was the one. Either him or Caleb Downs was. I honest to God, I really thought Tennessee was going to take Arvell Reese.
Me too.
And I was kind of hoping. I didn't think they would because the position he plays, but I would have been really happy if they'd taken Caleb Downs at 4.
Me too.
I mean, those guys just look like immediate day one starters with Hall of Fame ceilings.
Can we just go ahead and assume that the Titans would have taken Jeremiah Love at 4 if the Cardinals hadn't beaten them to the punch?
I think.
I think so.
I think so too.
And I would have felt better about that than my one big thing about Carnell Tate is he got drafted as a number 1 receiver, but he's a number 2. That's what he was at Ohio State.
Yeah, but
so was Emeka Egbuka.
Yeah, I mean, and I just think he was number 2 behind Jeremiah Smith, who's almost certainly going to be, a top pick, if not the top pick in next year's draft.
Wasn't Jackson Smith and Jigba also a number 2 for Ohio State behind Marvin Harrison Jr.?
That's true. I mean, his show, his glow up was in that Rose Bowl. I'd never even heard of him, and then he set the Rose Bowl record for receiving yards and everything. And it was because Ohio State had receivers who sat out. They opted out of that game.
But now your boy Shump did not exactly cloak himself in glory.
No, he said Corey Davis all over again. I think that was a little harsh.
Was he also the one that said it's all right? We'll end up having a high draft pick, and we can draft Jeremiah Smith next year.
Maybe I didn't see that, but it could have been him.
They can reunite him.
He was a little raw.
Quick break right here. We got to catch up, and then we'll wrap up hour number 1 of the show when we continue next on many of these fan-run affiliates. Because of the baseball game, we're going to try to catch up with Logan Quinton after game 1, the doubleheader going on right now, and Tennessee leading 4-1 as we go to the bottom of the 5th at Lindsey Nelson Stadium, 4-0, excuse me. And we'll get you caught up on that when we continue next. It's The Drive, Fan Run Radio. Stay with us.
The Drive.
Miss any of your favorite fan run show? Listen to the podcast on our free Fan Run Radio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess, but isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Invisalign is a clear aligner orthodontic treatment that gradually straightens teeth without the use of traditional metal braces. And now, at Knoxville Smiles, we're offering Invisalign special pricing for new patients. Call for details at 865-539-1776 or
Alabama in the bottom of the fifth inning. Great start happening right now for Tegan Coons. He is dealing 7 strikeouts through 5 innings. I think he's around the 70 pitch mark. So you're almost certainly going to get through 6 innings with Tegan Coons today, maybe 7. Question here is, if this 4-run deficit holds up and you're Josh Elander, do you get cute here and try to save Brandon Arvidsson for game 2 coming up here? And this is a tough one. What do you have left in that bullpen? Because here's the thing, Tennessee needs obviously to win this game. I think they need to win both today, really. When you start doing the math about making the tournament, it's getting late early for the baseball Vols when you consider what the next 3 series are: at Kentucky, at home against
Texas.
top 5 Texas, on the road against top 10 Oklahoma.
Yeah, I mean, we had Ben McKee on yesterday, and he kind of broke down the numbers, and we were just assuming that we were going to win this series. And then, I mean, how many arms did we go through last night?
I think 6.
Some only had like 10 or so pitches pitched,
Yeah.
though.
Who was it that hit 3 consecutive batters?
Well, that was spread out. I mean,
Yeah.
Frederick hit the last one, but I mean, hell, Landon Mack hit 2. He about killed their catcher.
Yeah, Mac had a bad day. It was a bad day. I feel like for this game, though, we're not going to see Appenzeller in this game. This is the game where you hope Coons goes all the way, and you hope that your guy in Arvidsson can come in and shut the door.
Well, I mean,
so you would use Arvidsson today?
Yeah, you would use Arvidsson
in this game.
Yeah, if you need, because you need all those guys that pitched yesterday to at least get a couple more hours of rest on their arm.
Couple of hours?
It does matter. Those little bit of time to get a little bit more warmed up, get some treatment, and then go to the next game.
What I do agree with Walker on is they got to get the win, man.
Sell out for the win, and then just see what happens in game 2.
Yep.
Which is actually game 3.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Appenzeller's his past 2 appearances haven't been real good, have they?
Well, he's done. I mean, he's not pitching again today. Like he threw at least 70, 80 pitches yesterday. So he's not in here. But Brandon Arvidsson is the one guy in the bullpen. And here's the other thing to think about in the second game today coming up. So you move up, you start this series on Thursday after playing a traditional Friday through Sunday last weekend. So everybody's pitching on 5 days rest instead of 6 days rest. Evan Blanco will be pitching on 4 days rest, and he threw 110 pitches on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So I think if you're Josh Elander, you have to give real serious and this is a massive gamble. I mean, you might be gambling your entire season, but you have to think that Blanco is probably not going to give you a ton of innings here in game 2. So if you could save Arvidsson for the last game, I think that would be huge because you're going to need those innings.
I think we're going to have more than a handful of insurance runs pretty quick. Would be nice.
Yeah, and who knows? It really depends on how long Teagan can go in this game right now. Like if Teagan can go 7-8 innings, then you can bring in someone else and save Arvidsson for long relief.
I think I would gamble there. Like if have we had a starter go? I think Blanco got into the 7th inning a couple of times, but
I think that's right.
I mean,
I think Mac might have when he struck out 10 in a game earlier this season.
Yeah, it would be huge. A lot of this is riding on how much you can get out of Teagan Coons right now. I think they're going to give him a very long leash. Hour number 2 of the drive coming up on many of these fan-run affiliates. We'll get back to the draft. How many Vols hear their name heard today and this weekend? We'll get back into it when we continue in hour number 2 of the drive right after this.
The Drive.
Fan Run Radio, the flagship station for Tennessee fans.
This ain't no wishy-washy, limp-wristed, kale-eating, half-ass sports radio station.
We're your in-your-face, truth-telling, say-it-loud, flag-waving, face-painting, hardcore, bring the noise, causing a ruckus, don't give a damn sports station.
Sports talk that doesn't just hang up and listen.
For the fans. This is Fan Run Radio.
Get some.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Where are the best ribs in the Volunteer State? Rickard Ridge.
Who has the best barbecue catering packages in East Tennessee? Rickard Ridge. And where is the most beautiful setting to enjoy a meal with family and friends? Rickard Ridge. Rickard Ridge Barbecue. Just a quick ride up I-75, take exit 134, hang a right, and Rickard Ridge is on your left, just inside Cove Lake State Park.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Your smile is one of the first things people notice, so why not make it unforgettable? At Knoxville Smiles, we believe everyone deserves a smile they're proud to show off, whether it's time for a routine checkup, a professional cleaning, or something more advanced like teeth whitening or veneers. Our expert team is here for you. We use the latest technology to provide the highest quality care in a comfortable, friendly environment. At Knoxville Smiles, we don't just treat teeth, we treat people. Our goal is to make every visit as stress-free and pleasant as possible. So if you've been putting off your next dental visit, now's the perfect time to take the next step towards a healthier, brighter smile. Give us a call at 865-539-1776 to schedule your appointment. That's 865-539-1776. Or visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
It's time for the Drive's Top 4 at 4.
Hour number 2 of the Drive underway. Fan Run Radio on a Friday afternoon edition of the show. And let's kick it to what is going on with the headgear today, Walker? Can we pull up the wide shot for those on YouTube?
They can see me.
Walker Smith wearing a bright orange.
What's the branding on it?
It's Charles Wesley Godwin. He's a artist I went and saw earlier this week.
Okay. All I can think of
Artist
is,
of what? Like a painter?
Is that a Bugs Bunny
No,
cartoon?
Bear. It was a concert.
You have a very Elmer Fudd thing going on right now.
Kill the rabbit, kill the rabbit.
I feel like that was completely unnecessary, fellas.
He looks like Bobby Bacala in The Sopranos. Remember when he showed up? He showed up to go hunting in the. Are you trying not to get shot today, Walker?
I was trying to dress comfortably, and I wanted to wear something that I bought this week.
What's this guy's name? Charles Wesley?
Charles Wesley Godwin.
And he's
really, really good.
At what?
Singing, playing guitar.
Gotcha. I thought you said artist. I was thinking like he was a painter or a sculptor or something.
You thought I went to an art
Yeah, I
gallery
was like,
earlier this
why
week?
are artists having like I've never somebody walking around in a Picasso hat.
He looks like a skinny Marcus Young.
Oh man,
What's this guy about?
He's like folk country type music.
You want,
It's really,
Russ,
really good.
Hey,
Honey, I think we're gonna go catch the ball game tonight. Can you grab my Monet hat out of the closet for me?
Charles Wesley got armed with a brooding baritone, Russ, and a 6-string.
Nice. Appalachian
singer-songwriter Charles Wesley Godwin kick-started his music career in 2015.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. We don't need the whole bio. Top 4 at 4, please.
All right. At number 1, after losing the opener last night, Tennessee baseball is playing a doubleheader today to wrap up the series against Alabama due to weather conditions slated for Saturday. The first game is already underway with Tegan Coons starting on the mound and is through 4 with 7 strikeouts as the Vols lead 4-0 headed to the bottom of the 5th. The next game is scheduled for 6:30 or about 45 minutes after the conclusion of Game 1.
Actually, in the top of the 6th now, Coons just struck out LeBron looking.
Oh, hold him down?
So, yeah, I mean, he's dealing. He's on one today. So, like you said, ride him for as long as we can today and see if we can somehow finagle a series victory.
Heck, throw a CG, Tegan. Just throw your arm out today. Have a great day. Go complete
Harvest
game.
the UCL.
I'm going to say harvest it. Just like stretch it a little bit more than you normally would. Let it rip. At number 2, Braden Liu has committed to Tennessee basketball as a transfer from Kennesaw State. The 6'9" forward visited UT starting Wednesday and announced his commitment following the visit. He is the 6th transfer to commit for Tennessee, leaving the Vols with 3 scholarship spots left on next year's roster, with 2 returners and 4 freshmen coming in with those transfers.
Guy's got some nice dreads.
Is he going to have the longest hair of any Tennessee basketball player?
Maybe. He looks...
What did he look like, Bob?
Looks kind of tough.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Reminded me of Devontae Adams. He's got the Predator dreads.
I think he's got like a Pac-Man Jones look to him.
Devontae Adams. Who was the what was that guy's name? Played for the Packers, the original.
Al Harris.
Al Harris.
I always said I like my corners with dreads. You see a corner with dreads, that guy rarely sucks.
He's a lockdown.
Truly. Can't fail with those guys. At number 3, former Michigan football staffer Paige Shiver characterized her relationship with Sharon Moore as an, quote, open secret within the athletic department, and said those in leadership didn't do enough to protect her from the former Wolverines coach. Quote, he controlled everything that was going on in my life, she told ABC's Good Morning America in an interview that aired earlier today. And, quote, they didn't do anything about it at all.
It's a big day for scandalous whoas yesterday. I mean, give me a break. Like, yeah, Sharon Moore, not a good guy, but
takes two to
you were
tango.
carrying on a years-long affair with a married man with children, and you wanted to have his baby? Did you hear that? Like, he impregnated her, and she had some condition that precluded her from safely delivering a child, and she's like tearing up about it.
Pill.
Well, I don't know, like,
that
what
was
happened,
part of what
but
they got caught doing.
it was just like, come on, man. Like, again, nobody's covering up for this guy, but
that's kind of, I mean, by the same token, I think that it's kind of crazy that Vrabel's gonna just skate with minimal. I mean, other than, you know, whatever's going to go on with this between him and his wife, it's none of our business. But
I don't know that he's going to skate. I mean, like, what? I'm like head on a swivel if I'm him right now. When is the next video going to drop?
I mean, at some point, I don't want to sound too draconian, but at some point, does the NFL start to look like into an investigation on this?
Well, I mean, they already said they won't.
Really?
It doesn't qualify for what fair things are for an investigation.
And Jordan said it. I kind of disagree with him a little bit. Doesn't rise to the level of, you know, whatever, bringing shame on the shield or however he worded it. And I'm like, I don't know. It's a pretty bad look.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's really bad, to say the least.
Who's I mean, obviously, Sharon Moore, if we're ranking like the worst looks here, Sharon Moore looks by far the worst.
Yeah.
Is Rossini or Vrabel second worst?
Rossini's right behind Sharon Moore.
Right behind Sharon.
If you go back and watch like her appearances and how she treated
she
her
deleted
husband.
the Twitter account yesterday.
Yeah, she nuked it because
people kept finding terrible things on it.
Well, yeah, the one about the Michael thing and
I mean, you got to have. Listen, if you're Roger Goodell, if you're Roger Goodell, and you really want to draw a big rating tonight, here's what you do: you fly in Maury. Yeah, you fly in Maury Povich, and you set up the couches right now, and we have a DNA paternity reveal live on ESPN across all platforms, NFL Network, ABC, everything. You got Rossini, Vrabes, the jilted spouses, all there on the same stage. And you have Maury Povich. Tell us who the daddy is.
I can tell you that.
That'd be Super Bowl numbers. 100 million people tune in for that.
Yeah. That soon-to-be ex-husband of hers is getting ready to go scorched earth on her. I think he's already.
You think he's behind all this?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. What's his previous he was a bigwig with Shake Shack. Is that what you said yesterday?
Not his previous. That's what he is. He's a
CFO.
He's
or
a C-suite exec for Shake Shack.
I imagine that's a pretty lucrative job.
Yeah.
I think Mike Vrabel likes his trips to the Shake Shack, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, man.
Well, you were on one today.
Yeah.
Got to make your layups. Got to make your layups.
It's hard for me to hear your commentary, Walker, with that hat blaring at me.
Would you guys leave my guy alone?
It's a great hat. I love this hat.
Please,
I'm going to wear it every day.
Wrap up for us, Big Orange.
Every single day. That's right.
Bobby Bacala.
Go Big Orange.
I can't unhear it or unsee it now.
That's not Go Big Orange. That's Go T-Dot.
No,
man.
this is Go Big Orange.
Grab your shovel and fill that pothole, son.
Wearing this every day. I'm going to make sure you're distracted, can't even get a thought out every time you look at me.
Jonesy says Walker does not get paid enough for this.
None of us get paid enough for
I
this.
would wholeheartedly agree. And at number 4, the MLB Weekend Series gets started today with some good matchups across the sport. The Tigers take on the Reds in Cincinnati. The Braves host the struggling Phillies. The Yankees head
Fresh off a series loss in San Francisco to Vitello and the Giants.
Is it a
Did
sweep?
you lose to the Rockies, too?
They did. They've lost two.
The struggle bus out there, the mighty Dodgers.
Hey, Russ, how are the Braves doing?
They're doing well, Walker. They're doing very well.
Oh, wait, shoot. You don't have anything. Ah, man. Later. We can plug it in later. All of us are doing well here right now on the drive. We got a good group of baseball teams on this show right now.
I saw the Mets finally snap their losing streak.
Also, Bear, did you see the Yankees? They're succumbing to modern baseball.
Oh yeah, I saw
alternate
this.
Jersey.
No,
they're getting an alternate jersey.
It's basically their batting practice jersey, the navy blue.
It's their spring training.
Very
jersey,
conservative.
pretty much. Oh man, what's going on in the Bronx? They're letting people grow beards now, and now they're getting an alternate jersey.
Turning their back on tradition.
Unbelievable.
It's ridiculous.
Next thing you know, they'll be walking out there and whatever Walker's got on his head there, traffic cone orange.
And I bet they'd look really good doing it.
You know, you could end up getting a job offer out of this wearing that hat.
What job would that be, Bear?
I mean, Mark Nagy might be watching us on YouTube right now. He'd snap you up for T-Dot.
Stand-up guy.
You've already got the hat.
Love him.
You can see it from space.
Oh, you guys, come on.
So, at the game last night, it just the vibe, man. It's just.
Is it different?
Yes, it's just minor league baseball, man. It's just it was a beautiful night. Like it was shorts on, cold beer. Like it was. By the way, bought 2 beers last night. What do you think that cost?
$35.
Half a kidney.
$31 without the tip. So, by the way, and hey, before I complain, how about this? Let's start with the positive. The ballpark is beautiful. Like getting in and out, so much easier.
Oh, is it?
The bathroom situation, so much better. Like there's no waits. The grab and go.
So good.
Grab and go at modern stadiums is like.
What's grab and go?
Oh, it's what we've been missing. You just go in, they got the coolers, they've got the hot lamps, you grab your box food, you grab your beverage, you go up to and you pay for it yourself.
Oh, like a cafeteria line?
Yeah. Yeah. And there's there's watching to make sure you don't steal, and I'm sure it's on camera and everything. But the thing I really liked about it is, first of all, it's fast. And second of all, it's a lot easier to hit no tip when there's not somebody standing there staring at you in the face. It is like they still put it like they still give you the option. It's like 20%, 30%, whatever.
For what?
Yeah, for grab and go.
Grabbing your own food?
Exactly. Right.
Like, just for standing there and looking at you as you know.
So I get like, if I'm tipping 20% on the $31 beers, then that's $37 for 2.
I'm not tipping 20% to go into a beer.
And I wanted another one so bad. I wanted another one
I bet
so
you wanted
bad.
about
Bad day at
5
the
after they
ballpark.
started hitting people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Want to get smashed.
No, man. I mean, it was just a beautiful night. Like I wanted another cold beer up there, but dude, I'm not paying $60 for. Like,
There's no way in hell I'm tipping 20% at a beer trough.
no.
I mean, I give you 50 cents, maybe $1 on a beer.
Oh yeah, yeah. Always.
I'm
That's kind of
not,
my.
I'm
yeah.
not tipping 20% on that. All you're doing is, and I would prefer you not open my beer, but I understand why you have to.
So all that stuff about the new modern ballpark experience is fantastic, but I gotta say, man, it's just you don't have the same teeth in the crowd, and I hate to pile on Josh, but I think a lot of that comes from, he's stepping into the shoes of a rock star and trying to follow an unfollowable human ball of emotion and personality that the entire stadium just fed off of for 10 years. And now that's gone, and he doesn't come close to filling it. I love the guy. I want him to succeed here so badly, but I don't know if you guys were watching last night, but there was that one part where there was the check swing on LeBron where they said he didn't go, and it looked like he
went. Yeah, I heard it. Twitter said Elander went crazy.
Well, not from my van. Maybe I was trying to go and find the film of it today, but like the Wheels highlights didn't have it. Like they just cut that part out. But from my vantage point, and I'm up the third baseline, so I have great view of Tennessee's dugout. And like I think Elander barked a little bit, but I think it was Kivett who was further up the dugout, like further closer to first base. And he was given that ump, the first base ump was the guy who called it no strike, said LeBron didn't go. And like he was giving him the business to the point where like the umpire started to walk towards the dugout and gave the cut it out, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I love it when they do that.
So Elander, he's in his normal spot closer to home plate.
Right.
He walks outside of the dugout and walks very deliberately the length of the dugout. And from my vantage point, it looked like he walked up to Kivett or whoever the umpire was yelling at. And I don't know if he told him to chill out or if he was kind of, but I just got the feeling. I told Mike, I'm like, look, man, it just feels like he's so self-conscious and he's got this cool, calm, collected thing going. And he feels like he doesn't want to lose control. But what he doesn't understand, in my opinion, is that that's the perfect place to lose control. Just go ballistic, get thrown out of the game. Nobody is going to judge you. Nobody in our crowd is going to say, oh, man, he's a hothead. He can't hold it together. Look, he's not ready for the job. We'll all rally behind him. That's what we want.
Get your team fired up.
Yes,
show some passion.
We want somebody to fight for us.
Yeah.
You never had to worry about Tony Vitello fighting for us. If anything, you had to worry about holding him back.
Yeah.
And
him or Frank.
And with this guy, it's like, dude, that was the perfect opportunity. Go crazy, throw your hat, throw some cups out on the field, like get tossed. It like not only will the fans, but maybe your dugout, which is just, I'm sorry to say it, emanating big loser energy. It's just dull, man. And the crowd is dull and we're wanting to get excited and it's just not happening. And it's really sad, man, because it was like Tony said, it was like going to a rock concert for all those years. And now it's like going to see Yo-Yo Ma. It's classical music. I don't know.
I didn't get to really see it. I mean, when he came out, because I see here GBO Kyle Beach says, yeah, that's the hottest I've seen Elander get so far. But I mean, sounds like
it's not enough.
It wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it was. Either Ben or Ryan one tweeted out that pretty much the exact same thing. So I don't know. After watching last night and paying it, what's with the problems with our bullpen, we're really missing Frank. Our pitching staff does not. I don't know. I would never in a million years would have thought we'd have.
Yeah,
been doing how we're looking out of the bullpen.
Again, there's no world where Elander gets fired.
No,
this offseason. He absolutely should not be. He deserves another year to get this right. I do think that maybe that's something you look at. with your pitching coach, your hitting coach. I think you look at your staff and you might have to fire somebody, and maybe you can find a crusty old pitching coach a la Frank Anderson to bring in here and kind of add some juice.
Be the old man
to your program. Yeah. But you need to do something because something's missing. And it, I think more so than the pitching or the hitting or, the analytics, whatever, I think it's just vibes, man. And I know that's,
if they're jacked up, are they hitting that ball that extra 6 inches and it's getting out?
Yeah, the team that is always on the edge, about to lose control, sometimes does lose control, sometimes does go over the line.
See 2022.
Yeah, but damn it, that's what we want, man. That's what we want.
Tennessee baseball.
I saw some of or read some of Josh's post-game comments. I mean, sounds like he was on the mark because, again, you have 16 base runners that are not via hits. I mean, that's horrible. He was basically saying, I'd rather give up 4 home runs than do that.
I mean, they're just – hell, we almost killed that catcher.
Well, again, that's where you miss Frank, the famous Frank quote about he goes out to the mound to visit the struggling pitcher and, hey, see that white thing over there in front of the catcher? Just throw it over that. Like, you don't realize how important it is to just throw strikes until all of a sudden you have a pitcher who can't.
Yep. It's the most important pitch in baseball. Strike one.
Just throw it over that white thing, man. Yeah, just throw strikes. And we threw a lot of strikes in years past, and we gave up a lot of hard hit balls, by the way, too. Good pitchers like Dolander, Beam, Chase Burns, like those guys got rocked multiple times through their careers here. But damn it, they're pitching with conviction. They're throwing strikes. And most of the time, they're not getting hit. Most of the time, they're missing bats. They're striking guys out. We're strutting around out there. But every now and then, yeah, they're gonna hit it. So we got 2 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Now the bases are loaded. So again, Coons is dealing. He's obviously going to get to pitch the 7th. And if you can add some insurance here, I think there is a lot to be said for seeing if we can somehow land this plane, this particular game, without using Brandon Arvidsson.
Yeah.
But let's see if we can tack something on here first. Quick timeout. When we continue, we'll get back into the draft here. And Colton Hood, Jamad McCoy, hoping to hear their names called very early tonight in the NFL draft. And what does it mean for Tennessee Josh Heupel not seeing anybody get drafted last night? Does that have any sort of effect on next year's team or your recruiting efforts moving forward? We'll talk about it when we continue. It is The Drive, Fan Run Radio, and we're back with more right after this.
The Drive.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
It's baseball time in Knoxville. Your Knoxville Smokies are back home all this week. We start the week off Tuesday and jump right into our final matinee game on Wednesday with first pitch at 12:30. Thursday is Knox Vegas Thirsty Thursday with half-off draft beers, and the weekend, you know it's rockin' with Feel Good Friday, dancing with the Smokies on Saturday, and post-game fireworks, and it's halfway to Halloween on Sunday. Don't miss a minute of the action. Reserve your seats now at SmokiesBaseball.com.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together. Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Welcome to Axle Logistics.
Through the glass this afternoon. I'm sorry, Walker. You know I love you.
I'm leaving you alone now.
You know I love. I'm not. I'm gonna.
I mean, look, you have the right to be wrong about this hat as much as you want to.
I'm not saying it's not a cool hat. It's just a lot. It's doing a lot of work through the glass this afternoon.
It's doing a lot of work, making me look good.
I mean, when it's paired with the black short socks with the Birkenstocks, that's
Well, Walker did. I mean, he's putting in a shift today. Like he did the playbook as well.
Yeah.
So he's filling in for those guys. He's doing our thing. So 5 hours, and this
Where
is
was
the
Brett
thanks he
Williams?
gets. It's just a merciless ribbing from his boys.
I believe William had to go to Nashville or Memphis for something, and Brett has a wedding he had to go to, so they need me to fill in.
Hollander. Were you at the draft party when he kept telling everybody the picks before?
Yeah, I was there for some of it. I didn't stay too long.
I hate that.
And that was when he was under your domain as a member of your show, right?
No, at that time he wasn't. He was about to become
Like Big John asked him to stop, and he just said he
was
stop.
he was doing that.
I can't stop.
Yeah,
he was
what
doing
I
that.
heard.
Stop spoiling the draft. I'm sorry.
He was doing that 10 a.m. show before I took over 10 a.m. with Tucker.
Blitz.
Yeah, he was.
Was it still the Blitz?
I don't know.
Get blitzed.
Brandon Rick.
So yeah, we had a draft party a couple of years ago, and Brett Hollander, the TVs out here are streaming, and so they're always like on a minute or so delay. And Hollander would see the draft pick come in through
Schefter
Twitter,
on his phone,
and then he would just announce. And we had like a party. I wasn't here for this one, but there was like a dozen or so fan run guys hanging out, and like he kept kept spoiling the draft picks, and guys were like, the first couple of times, like, dude, like that's not cool. Stop doing it. But he just kept doing it. And then like people got angry, and he kept doing it. And he's just like, I'm sorry, man, I can't stop.
I mean, the story I heard was like John Reed directly said, "Please stop. You need to stop doing that."
People are getting IRL mad, and he just he ruined the entire fan run draft party because he couldn't not spoil the.
Just compulsive.
Yeah,
I kind of respect it.
I was going to say, like, it does feel very Barry. It does feel very Barry.
I wouldn't. No,
you wouldn't.
You were doing it. I mean, you don't do it intentionally.
Yeah, you do it.
What would happen is you would come in here to watch it on your iPad, and your iPad is like 30 seconds ahead of us, and you would react to what's going on when we can clearly hear
that was
you.
that basketball game.
That happens a lot on voluntary reaction. Yeah, where like you're watching something and you just like blurt it out.
Okay. But if everybody asked me to stop, I would stop. I mean, I wouldn't go as far as Brett did.
I believe you there.
I do believe you there.
Like if everybody was getting pissed.
Well,
like,
you do.
look,
You
dude,
have.
stop.
You have. You don't have a desire to be liked, but you do have a desire not to be hated. I think. Like you don't want to be the bleep
I don't want to
hole.
be. Yeah, I don't want to be not invited to the draft.
Yeah,
party.
like you would just leave. You would just walk out. You're like, well, I can't not know myself, so I'm just going to go
I'll
remove
just go sit
myself.
outside, yeah.
But Brett like has none of that. He's just.
He didn't care.
I don't care what you. If you like me, if you don't like me, I have this thing inside me that not only has to know, but I have to tell somebody that I know. I have to tell you guys, even though you don't want to know and you hate me for telling you, I have to do it.
You can't say that.
He did do when he was on my show, and I love Brett, but on my show we'd do an opening segment where it'd be like, hey man, how was your night? Small talk a little, and he would always go into saying something. I'd be like, yeah, that was what we were going to discuss in segment 3 of the show. He just kind of tone deaf.
Yeah.
Hulk Hollander.
But he's always locked in, man, and he's always sending stuff. And
yes,
he is without a doubt probably the most dependable, most loyal.
Yes.
If you call him and you're in a jam and you need a hand with something around here, if he's in town, he'll come.
I mean, he'll be spoiling the draft the entire time, but he'll come.
He'll make sure the show goes on.
He'll be there. So speaking of the draft, we've had this conversation for the past couple of years about how important it is for Josh Heupel to get quarterbacks and receivers specifically drafted and for them to do well in the NFL so that he can go back on the recruiting trail with proof of concept and say, look, you come here, not only are you going to ball out in college, but we're going to get you drafted, get you paid, and you're going to be well prepared to go have success at the next level, the ultimate level of football, of course, which is the NFL. And that's been a big thing. We've been waiting on it. I don't feel like we've had that conversation this year. And I feel like it's because of all the changes that are happening in college athletics where guys are getting paid right now. And I don't know if they don't care or if we don't care as fans, but I'm really not concerned if Chris Brazzell, like where he goes in the draft and how I hope he does well for him personally. I hope Jalen Hyatt finds a new team and takes off. I hope Tillman, I hope Hooker gets his chance. Like we want good things to happen to guys we like, but I'm starting to reformulate my opinion when it comes to, well, this has to happen for Josh Heupel to be a success at the college level, because otherwise he's just going to be pigeonholed as a gimmick offense guy that, it's you really don't want to play for if your goal is to make it in the NFL. Is that fair?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on then. Hopefully McCoy and Hood get drafted tonight. I believe they will. I believe Brazzell will as well.
I'm really worried about Jermod. It sounds like
you got to have a bone plug, man. I mean, that's tough. Whenever you have a bone plug, does he have a bone plug that needs to be fixed, or does he need a bone plug to fix his problem?
So the bone plug it's like a part of the surgery they had to do to repair his ACL. And so the ACL recovery is just fine, but there's something a part of one of the artificial plugs they put in around there that needs to go in and be replaced. That's what people are worried about.
Because the cartilage isn't growing, right?
Believe so.
When you start having cartilage problems, I immediately start thinking of guys like Greg Oden, guys that just their careers end because if you don't have cartilage, I guess you can't play.
So I'm trying to think. So tonight there's the possibility of 3 guys going, because it's second and third round tonight.
Yeah, we should probably see McCoy, Hood, and Brazzell.
And we talked yesterday about the prospect of, I think it was with Butler, right? Of getting, if Joey Aguilar somehow got drafted over the weekend, we could have as many as 6. So That's 4. Who are the other 2? Joseph's and
Bryson Eason. Is the other one that would probably get drafted with Tyree West and Joey Aguilar kind of on the outside
a
looking
lot
in.
of buzz about Tyree West, and was there one more?
What about Kitzelman?
Miles, I mean, he went to the combine. He's in the draft. I don't expect him to be drafted.
Expect him to get an undrafted free agent, which might be better for him because he can pick where he goes and that whole deal. That'd be a Tennessee thing if that kid finally blossomed at the.
Joshy Boy, always the loyal listener. We're not taking calls today because we're doing some phone line maintenance, but he's on the live chat. He said Sunbelt Joey won't do anything in the NFL.
Joshy Boy.
Why do you got us?
He's our guy.
What do your generation say, Walker? Go touch grass?
Touch grass.
Yeah. Put the phone down, bro. I love you, but
oh, it's good.
You're taking shots at Joey Aguilar.
Go touch
guys out there going balls to the wall for you with a damn tumor on his arm this year. And we got Joshy Boy on here calling him Sunbelt Joey. Come on, dude.
I don't think anybody's called him Sunbelt Joey, have they?
No.
The only person that would is Joshy Boy.
Not cool.
Not okay.
Hothead. Wow. I don't see Joey getting drafted.
No, and for a quarterback towards the end of the draft, not only is it not the worst thing in the world, like I almost wonder if you would rather not get drafted than go in the 7th round, assuming that you would have some options, like multiple free agency options.
Yeah,
or you
the
can,
right place.
Yeah,
to go.
you could kind of pick the place where you're most likely to make the team.
Yeah, I think it's not just quarter. I think a lot of these guys, because you can, regardless of position, you can go where you like the coaches the best and best chance to have some kind of path to maybe playing at some point.
Now, I mentioned that I don't feel like it's the be-all, end-all to get a ton of guys drafted like it used to be for this system and for Heupel to prove himself. I do wonder about, though, the SEC sees its 19-year streak of having the most first-rounders in last night. The Big Ten had 10 first-round draft picks. The SEC had 7. I do wonder, and obviously Tennessee's not alone in this worry, but I do wonder if that's a concern for some of these SEC coaches that, hey, suddenly the Big Ten might be the better conduit to the NFL. Like that is just something that didn't even need to be said for the past 10 plus years. It's like, if you want to go to the NFL, your best chance is to do that through the SEC. It's the NFL farm system. And all of a sudden that narrative seems to be shifting.
Well, the two current national, let's see, they've got football, women's basketball, men's basketball.
Mm-hmm.
All national champions currently are out of the Big Ten.
They had a Big Ten team in the Frozen Four championship too, Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm. And they're the current number 1 and overlord of college baseball is UCLA, another Big Ten team.
I know Greg Sankey's got a lot on his plate these days, but that's something I would be looking at too, because, I was reading a piece by, excuse me, Matt Hayes today in USA Today. And he was basically saying that, the SEC is prepared to go to the mats for this 16-team playoff or stay at 12. And that Sankey is digging his heels in and saying, look, we've got a contract. We're not changing anything. And he was saying, this is the first I'd really heard of this, but it's kind of an interesting point of view. He was saying that the reasoning for that is that if they went to 24, it would be another step towards the conferences, all 10 conferences, pooling media rights.
Mm-hmm.
And that he absolutely doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to share, to the point that he would be willing to go it alone and just, all right, well, we'll play. You guys go do what you want. We're not going to be a part of it. Here in the SEC, we're going to go to a 10-game league schedule. We'll play whichever 2 group of 5 teams want to play us to round out our schedules, and we'll find them because we pay top dollar for those games. and we'll play our own little playoff at the end. We'll declare our champion, and if your champion wants to play our champion, then we can, and if not, we'll be fine with that. And
God, I hate that.
I do too, but I hate it for a variety of reasons. But I mean, it just, again, he's got a lot on his plate, right? Because that's the big thing that he's looking at right now. But if the Big Ten continues to steal our bacon and become the top conference in terms of producing draft picks and winning championships and everything, how much does that weaken Sankey's bargaining position of as far as being the, okay, we don't really need you guys guy?
I mean, it's definitely going to weaken it. And then I think he probably, I don't know if he'd admit it, but we went to 9 conference games thinking it was going to be expanded out to 16, but that never happened.
Well, it's just kind of, I wouldn't say it definitely lowers the leverage that Sankey has, but I mean, it's just more about that the SEC can't throw their weight around like they used to. Like, they aren't the end all be all. The schools in the SEC don't get to dictate everything that goes on in college football. I don't think like the Big Ten isn't in a position where they can do that themselves either. It's just more about these two conferences have to actually agree on what they want to do before something can get done, instead of one of them just being able to force something through.
That's my other question as far as the Matt Hayes' assertion that, it's about pooling media rights. Is why would the Big Ten want to do that? Because they're the one pushing this 2014 playoff. Like, why would they want to pool media rights when they have a bigger media rights deal than the SEC does?
That's a fair question. I don't know.
I see where Michael Moats on the YouTube chat said that your Maury Povich idea about Vrabel and receive, somebody's already done that with AI apparently.
Oh,
an AI video.
I don't know. I want the real thing, man. On that huge stage in Pittsburgh, you could have like various Pittsburgh dignitaries behind there. We could get like, are the Immaculate Reception guys still alive? Did one of was that Franco?
It was.
Did he die this summer?
No, Franco's dead.
Franco's dead. Lynn Swan's
we could bring Terry Bradshaw out.
Bradshaw was out last night.
Yeah, we could have him out there. Lynn Swan. Is Rocky Blyer still a thing? He's dead.
No, he's gone. John Stallworth's still alive.
We could have a lot of Pittsburgh flavor in there, and we could determine once for all who the father is of little Mike. I mean, that is naming the kid Michael.
Well, and then that whole tweet she put out about Michaels that played and coached in the NFL. I don't know, man. 6 years, Russ. I mean, they were breaking COVID restrictions back in 2020, canoodling around at the. We talked about this yesterday. And nothing against the Biloxi casinos, but nothing screams low rent affair trashiness than, being on a riverboat casino somewhere down in the Delta. It's not like it's.
You never been on a riverboat casino?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's great, man.
I've been to Tunica.
Isn't that the same thing? I'm not talking about like an actual riverboat that's like moving, but like a casino that's on the river that like you got to walk.
Yeah, I guess technically, I guess I have it at Tunica. Technically, they're on the river.
Hey, check this out on the live chat. A comment from Will Connolly. Isn't that the?
That's the guy, the preacher guy. Yeah,
that's him.
He was sermonizing for the drive.
He said, "CWG is awesome, Walker. I'm going to be seeing him in Nashville on June 5th.
Enjoy him. Puts on a hell of a show."
Jonesy says, back to the COVID comment, super spreader in more ways than one.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, wow. Jeez. So, we've been having this conversation about Arvidsson and like saving him.
Mm-hmm.
So here's another thought that I didn't even consider. It's 8-0 now in the bottom of the 7th. We've got a runner on and 2 out. If Jay Abernathy were to leave the yard, this game is over.
Ooh, that'd be fantastic.
Problem solved.
Yeah, we go ahead and get Coons on ice.
That's the complete game.
Yeah.
And Arvidsson ready to go. And, if Blanco can only go a couple of innings. We really need to win this one tomorrow. Like Ben had us feeling pretty good yesterday after talking with McKee.
Yeah, I mean, and why not? Like it was just so disappointing because like I've been looking forward to that game all week long, and man, it got away from us quickly. So we got to fly out here. We're going to play into the 8th inning. Kuhn's going to come back out here. He's cruising, man. Only give up 3 hits through 7.
What's his pitch count? Any idea?
I'll get it for us here in a second. I mean, he was on pace. If you think on pace is about 15 pitches an inning.
That's still after going back, man. You've kind of swung me over to.
He's at 83.
Oh,
he's at 83.
Yeah, that's good for seven innings.
So if he get it, at this point with an 8-run, like even if he blew up right now, I would still probably try to see if I can land this ship without Arvidsson.
Who else do we have back there?
It'd have to get to like 5 runs. I mean,
it's not the type of game you bring Krenzel in and see
Bo
if he
Rudy
can go through it. Bo Rudy too.
Did Abraham pitch yesterday?
Yeah, Abraham pitched a lot yesterday. I don't think Bo Rudy pitched yesterday. So that's probably where you would go to see if he can save this thing.
Hindi, did he pitch yesterday?
Hindi pitched yesterday, not particularly well. So, like, I would say if he can get through this inning, best scenario, you walk it off in the bottom of the 8th, and you're done.
Yep.
But I don't know. Maybe he can't go a complete game. When's the last time we had a pitcher pitch a complete game?
That's a great question.
Oh,
it's very
rare.
Very rare.
In college. Yep. Even though
I feel like Beam might have done it once. I might be imagining that.
Not to get up on the porch or anything, but it is amazing. You've pointed it out over the years how pitchers used to be they threw more pitches, and you go back to the old days, like even back to like the 90s here at Tennessee, like Todd Helton and all those guys.
I was reading a thing about Joe Poznanski wrote about this same thing. Pitchers that, because remember we were having this conversation, it's like how many pitchers before Tommy John surgery just blew out their elbows or their shoulders and that was it. And you just didn't hear from him, and probably a lot, right? And Poznanski wrote like a huge list of like some names you wouldn't remember, but like Mark the Bird Fidrich. Remember, like guys that were destined for superstardom, and there have certainly been a lot of those guys that just didn't make it. He was writing about who was it Ferguson Jenkins?
Yes,
pitcher for the Cubs.
He got busted for, I think, drugs or something.
Did he?
I think he went to jail. Yeah,
it's too bad. But he was like he just had massive numbers just in terms of innings pitched.
Oh yeah,
because like there was just a prior to like that was the deal. And did it always happen? But like the good ones, if they were pulled, it was like I failed in my task. I'm the starting pitcher. I was supposed to pitch the entire game, and obviously. Now it's like if you get through 5 innings, that's outstanding.
And I just for a quick AI search, trying to dive into it. I believe the last time a Vol threw a complete game was when Drew Beam did it in 2022 against Vanderbilt on April 3rd.
Yeah, I seem to remember him having one of those. But I mean, even then, it was like such a rarity.
See if I can find that line.
Always go back to R.A. Dickey. In the 95 World Series team, he had a game in the playoffs in that year where he threw over 160 pitches.
Jesus.
Yeah, but he didn't. I mean, he didn't have the owner.
I think it evaporated in that start.
But yeah, those guys were different. I read this whole article about. Like the old guys like Bob Gibson and those guys had pitched like they'd throw like 180, 190 pitches and throw like 48 hours later.
Yeah, I mean they expected to pitch the entire game.
Those guys get mad if they would be taken out of a game.
Wow, I forgot that Beam in this game pitched 110 pitches, only 2 hits, just 4 strikeouts against Vanderbilt.
Epic. Quick timeout. The Drive, Fan Run Radio. We'll wrap up hour number 2 of the show right after this.
The Drive. Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel by searching for Fan Run Sports.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at knoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Citizens National Bank.
Experience the thrill of traveling with C&B's exclusive travel program. Customers age 50 and above with a Plus Perks checking account can participate, ensuring a safe and delightful travel adventure. Take a day trip or an overnight trip. Travel domestic or international. C&B is always on the go.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life.
Of college sports and the continued search for more money. And people had always wondered, will some of these schools start cutting sports? Arkansas today announcing they are cutting their men's and women's tennis programs.
Yep. They
saw that.
First programs cut by the Razorbacks since men's swimming and diving in the early 90s. And then Brandon Marcello, who I think is a CBS Sports, he then said, they operated at a $2.3 million deficit. They spent that much money on men's and women's tennis, and they made, in terms of revenue, $3,000. So, I mean, that's
I
I think we're going to see more of this, man.
I don't know that we would cut anything here. I mean, Title IX considerations come into play there. So if you cut a program, like if you were going to cut something here at Tennessee, if you're Danny White, it would have to be like that. It'd have to be, maybe it's diving or swimming or tennis or something like that. You can't just cut the rowing program.
Yeah.
Without cutting a men's sport as well. and you have all these facilities. Like, you're not going to, like, you have the multi-million-dollar aquatic center. You're not going to cut programs there, I wouldn't think.
Mm-mm.
It's one of the original. I mean, it's always been a big time program.
Yeah, they've held Olympic trials in that aquatic center. It's so good.
This is one of the downsides of being an everything school.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not being glib here. I think they've had
it's expensive.
It is. They've had good records in golf and tennis and
track. I mean, not of late, but how long has it been since we were a track powerhouse?
Do you think that some of these sports that it might just become basically what European club sports are, where the Rams move from St. Louis to Cleveland or wherever they were in Los Angeles and back and all across the Manchester United is not moving, Real Madrid is not moving, but their club sports, like Real Madrid has a basketball team in addition to their soccer team that it's under the same group and umbrella and all that stuff. And I just wonder if that's where college sports are headed, that you'll have some sort of loose affiliation with a university, but it'll basically be club sports.
Yeah, but who owns it? That's the rub with all these state universities.
Yeah, it'll be, I don't know, but you'll get obviously professional sports that are tied in there, and maybe some of the smaller sports go away, but you'll have basketball and football and baseball and any other sport that can make money, and then the rest will just be club sports. Like we've got a hockey team, we've got a soccer team, but it's a club sport.
That's exactly what I was going to say. My nephew who went to UConn, he played hockey there, but it was club. That was
that's what UT's is.
Yeah,
it's club level.
Yep.
Well, when it comes to that stuff, I mean, any school, if they're willing to fund it and can find the funding, can have the club sports. The whole thing with that is when you become not a club sport when the NCAA recognizes you and you get into a conference. So that type of stuff would be Big Ten, SEC, and NCAA decisions on if they want to keep carrying those sports.
Hour number 3 of the drive coming up. We'll track down the Cookie Man, Logan Quinton, as it looks like, barring just a complete disaster. The baseball Vols are going to even up this series with Alabama. It's 8-0 in the bottom of the 8th. Vols with the chance to walk it off, although Tegan Coons is given the best pitching performance by a volunteer baseball pitcher this season. And he's going to have a chance to pitch a complete game, I believe, here if Tennessee can't scratch across 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th. So we will keep our eye on that. We're going to try and talk to Logan between the 2 games. I think the second game is scheduled to start about half an hour after the end of the first one. So big final hour coming up. We'll see if we can nail the dismount. Stay tuned. It's Fan Run Radio. Hour number 3 coming up.
The Drive.
Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Hey Knoxville, Surfside iced tea and vodka made with real brewed tea is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, 0 carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game, Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Welcome to Axel Logistics. where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue, located in beautiful Cove Lake State Park. Rickard Ridge is home of the best ribs in the Volunteer State. Smoked daily by pitmaster Mark Rickard, the barbecue at Rickard Ridge is mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone delicious. Take the scenic drive up I-75 to exit 134 for directions and to look at the rest of the menu. Visit Rickard Ridge online at rickardridgebbq.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
It's time for The Drive's Top 5 at 5.
Quitting time on your Friday. Congratulations. 5 o'clock. You have made it. The weekend is here. I'm Russell Smith. Thanks for tuning in to Fan Run Radio. As it's a final now.
Really?
Tennessee, I believe, was 10-0.
Yep.
But they're not coming out.
No, it's fine.
Is there no run rule here?
There is.
And they're walking it off? Okay, well, yeah, we walked it off. It was just, it wasn't a, run out there and chase the guy around. Manny Marin with a single, the bases loaded to end the game 10-0. Tennessee has defeated Alabama at Lindsey Nelson Stadium, and they don't have to use Brandon Arvidsson. Tegan Kuhns goes the entire way, 8 innings, as Tennessee wins it, and now we'll wait half an hour and get the decisive Game 3 coming up later tonight. Very exciting.
If they can win that third game this evening, then it's not hyperbole to say Kuhns' performance might be one of the most important of the whole season.
Oh, for sure.
I think, yeah, absolutely.
That's incredible.
Just getting this final here. All right, let's recap it for you a little bit. At number 1, after losing the opener last night, Tennessee baseball is playing a doubleheader today to wrap up the series against Alabama due to weather conditions. As we just said, the Vols took the first game 10-0 just now and run-rolled Alabama in the 8th inning, with Tegan Kuhns giving his best start of the year on the mound as he throws a 8-inning complete game with 9 strikeouts and allowing just 3 hits and 1 walk. The next game is scheduled for 6:30 or just about 45 minutes after the conclusion of Game 1.
So you've got Arvidsson, you've got Evan Blanco starting on just 4 days rest. Because remember, he pitched on Sunday, was supposed to pitch tomorrow. So he moves up after throwing over 100 pitches on Sunday for the Vols. We'll see if how far he can go, but how huge it was to get a complete game from Tegan Kuhns today. Epic performance, as Bob said. And now you've got Arvidsson, who's usually good for 3, 4, maybe 5 innings out there. So obviously you'd love to see if you can get through game 3 at those guys. Good to see the guys hitting again. I mean, that had been such a problem. And even in a lose, what did we score? 8 runs last night?
Yeah.
Yes.
9. Just to see the ball flying out of the yard a couple of times, big hits, doubles, getting on base, that goes a long way.
Yeah, it does. And I love seeing this from Tegan Kuhns. If we remember talking back in like February heading into the season, like we had heard that he had figured it out and that he was dominating up in the Cape and that he was going to be our Friday guy. And then around SEC play starts, he kind of starts to fall off. The ERA creeps over 3, a little bit into 4 sometimes, and he gets demoted to the Saturday start. And then you see why we had such high hopes for him today. He goes complete game, 9 strikeouts. Like, this is the kind of guy we expected, and it's just good to see that type of performance out of him. At number 2, Nate Ament is entering the NBA draft after his freshman season with Tennessee basketball. The 6'10" guard averaged about 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists for the Vols and coach Rick Barnes. He is widely projected to be a first-round pick in the 2026 NBA draft in late June, and Ament is fully intending on remaining in the NBA draft, according to his agent, Derek Malloy.
It was fun. It was a fun 48 hours, whatever it was, where we allowed ourselves to fantasize, to indulge in the fantasy of Nate Ament potentially running it back for year 2. But as long as we get Juke Harris, I think we'll be all right here.
Yeah. I will say, I think it bears saying that Kevin O'Connor from Yahoo, and the guy's, he's connected and, by and large does a good job, but he's the guy who spun up so much of this mania.
Yeah. By Kevin O'Connor.
Put Nate in as the 18th pick in his mock draft, okay? And then Nate announces he's going to the NBA, and O'Connor last night's having a back and forth with someone on X and says, I could easily see Ament being drafted 5th.
5th, yeah.
As I brought up in my mock this week, which I never saw.
Wait, the one you said he was going to be drafted 19th?
Yeah. It's like
the guy we had on.
Yeah.
Well, no, we didn't have
him on.
No.
I thought we had him on.
No,
you're thinking of Kevin Sweeney, and that was last week. And nobody's had Nate projected that low except for that.
But to turn around and
but
a straight face and say you got him mocked at 5.
Barnes kind of got snippy for Barnes when he was like, look, all these pundits and their mock drafts is not what we go on.
Yep.
Like, Nate's going to make his decision based off what people from the league tell him.
That's right.
Not an average out of the mock drafts. So, like I said, we get Juke, and then we got one spot to play with, and we got a squad next year, boys.
I've turned my unreasonable hopes and prayers towards Felix getting a 5th another year.
I just don't see how we can turn that around quick enough, even if the ruling.
Let me dream, Bob.
I know. You've even heard Rick Pitino, one of the cheatinest guys of all, saying, I don't think this can work. I don't know how teams can afford to do it and everything else. So.
Well, the whole thing with it is by the time it's going to get figured out, all these teams are going to have their rosters figured out with maybe just one extra scholarship there for, a guy that might need to pick up internationally or something like that. So it would just throw a monkey wrench into everything that has gone on the past 2 or 3 weeks at the transfer portal and teams building rosters. At number 3, the first round of the NFL draft surprised both Titans fans and Vols fans last night. The Titans picked Ohio State wide receiver Carnell Tate, which was a shocking pick given where he was slated to go in the mocks heading in. On the Vols side, there was not a former Tennessee player selected in the first round, despite having Colton Hood and Jermon McCoy having first-round grades.
Wish we'd get one of those guys back.
No kidding.
That'd be pretty sweet.
I'm telling you, McCoy, if McCoy goes to the Giants, John Harbaugh there, That's a good
fit
landing
for him.
spot. I think
I
so.
want my Bengals to draft him.
That same mock I saw for the second round had Hood going to the Bengals.
That's what I want. I want one of those two to end up in Cincinnati.
Is it
pretty
a
awesome?
Is it a bear take of me to say that I'd like to see McCoy with his knee issues go somewhere that plays on natural grass?
I mean, it's smart. I like it.
I mean, by bear, you mean an intelligent, cogent take, unlike some of yours? You've got some
Not
whoppers
nice.
back
It's not
in the
nice.
day.
Wow.
Back in the day, you think I've gotten better?
Not much. You talk about not nice. Hey, your behavior towards young Walker Smith today has been abhorrent.
I'm insulting you right now. Not
I
him.
know, but it's just your whole thing. Everything was peaceful here yesterday.
It was a very nice day. No one was getting mad at each other.
Yeah,
we
it
were
was-
all just having a great time.
I think I only dropped one scud, right? St. Petersburg. There.
that was a layup, though. It was great.
Yeah. I saw the rating trends from yesterday.
They were great.
Just
They were
bottomed out.
fantastic.
I'm sure we'll be right back at the top.
Numbers never
after
looked better.
today.
Actually, the numbers are lower today than yesterday. But
actually, it's a little true.
Maybe by your meter, by the Bob metric.
We had a dynamite show yesterday, my friend.
We
The
certainly
Baskerville
did.
Index.
We had
Baskerville
McKee,
Index.
Butler, Panzeca, dynamite guests, dynamite takes. And we weren't mean to each other, Russ.
No, we weren't.
Hey, man.
Lifting
You
each other
guys,
up.
you guys think you can do this? I got no problem taking
You ain't going nowhere.
I'll take a McClure-like sabbatical tomorrow. You won't see me here for 3 months. I'll roll back in right before kickoff. What'd I miss?
go to California.
Bear set fire to the station.
Found another red button to push.
there's like a carcass of a dead animal in the lobby.
We were able to hold it together for a week or two, but then we came in one day and Bear had on he looked like something out of Mad Max.
Bear was shouting obscenities in like Pakistani. Just
he cursed out our advertisers one by one until they all
like Pashtu. Is that what you're looking Pakistani?
I don't know what their
Neanderthal,
what their dialect is.
All right, before we offend someone, at number 4, there are some pivotal game 3s in the first round of the NBA playoffs tonight.
Playoffs.
The Celtics head to Philly with the series tied 1-1. The Lakers take on the Rockets in Houston with LA up 2-0. And the Spurs, potentially without Victor Wembanyama, will head to Portland to play the Trailblazers with a series tied 1-1. All games tonight are on Prime Video.
All right, Bear, it's time to play our favorite game. Name that guy.
Let's go.
There's no way.
Let's do this.
You can possibly. As a matter of fact, I'm going to bet right now. Put your phone down. Name a Blazer. No way. No way.
There's
the UAB
no-
Blazers?
No, Portland
Portland
Trailblazers.
Trailblazers.
Claude the Glide.
Nope.
Yeah.
No way. I mean,
30 years ago.
there's
Not a
one
chance.
name, like I'm looking at there's one name and I forgot that he's there. And I'll even go ahead and give him a hint. I forgot that he's back there.
Well, he's not even playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got no clue.
No, not even a guess.
Their entire roster could walk into this control room right now, and I couldn't tell you who any.
I think I could name 5.
I'm sure you could, Bob.
I could name a decent amount
Let's play between Bear or Walker and Bob. Walker, you name one. Bob, you name one, and then we'll keep going until one of you buzzes out. All right, name a Blazer. I mean, if you talk about the ratings trends.
Yeah, absolutely.
Age before beauty, Bob. Please.
State Run might as well go ahead and turn off the transmitter. They're done. They're done.
Age before beauty.
Yes,
so that's
please.
me.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
you.
Drew Holiday.
Denny Avdia.
That's a good one.
Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
I don't
Penny
know that name.
Avdia.
Where do you play?
And I've got the roster up, so you can't
Yeah.
make up a name and slip it under my radar, boys.
Jeremy Grant.
Jeremy Grant. Yep. Donovan Clingan.
Donovan Clingan. That's good. Scoot Henderson.
Robert
Wow.
Williams.
Wow. Wait, does he have a roster up, Bear?
Nope.
What's he looking at?
Looking at my notes.
Bear,
Yeah,
Bear
he's
is
got his show
completely-
notes.
All right. Your turn?
Yeah, it's my turn. It's 3-3. I'm trying to think of one now. Now it's getting hard.
I mean, I just hinted at a.
Oh, well, he's not playing though, but I'll take it. Dame Lillard.
Man. Shaden Sharp.
Oh, he just bounced it right back to you. You thought you hit him with the lob.
I'm gonna butcher the first name, but it's like Tawan Kamara.
Kamara.
Kamara, yeah.
Tumani Kamara.
I think that might be it for me.
We'll get that to you. You're done? You're clocking out? No former Kentucky Wildcat Shaden Sharp?
I just said that.
You did?
I did just say that.
Is that the one?
Is that the one?
That you told me that?
No, Dame Lillard.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Dame Lillard.
I think. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah,
I thought he was a rapper.
That's pretty good though.
It's good stuff.
He's a rapper or what?
I thought he was a rapper.
What?
I don't follow the.
All right,
I don't like the NBA.
So was that a tie then? Or no, Bob wins.
He had one more. Yep.
You took him down.
Did.
Does that feel good?
Bobby Hoops.
Big win going into the weekend.
It is funny. Elijah Robertson earlier on the live chat said that I should be, and I don't want to, by the way, but it's a nice compliment that I should be doing an NBA segment now that the playoffs are on.
Yeah. Who's your favorite Jailblazer of all time?
Jailblazer.
Clyde the Glide. Drexler.
Over Walton?
Was Walton in the Jailblazer era, or
no? He was before that. I liked Cliff Robinson.
Yeah,
he was
the
just
headband.
Yep, and just quiet and played, and
he's a player.
Yeah,
Terry Porter.
Hey, I hate to interrupt you guys. Have we finished the top 5 at 5?
No, but we're having a great time, Bear.
About Mo Lucas.
Bobby Gross.
Luke Walton's named after Maurice Lucas.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Huh.
That Blazers team. I could name that starting 5.
Who else was on the finals team?
Walton,
oh no,
this is
Luke,
Lucas, Bobby Gross, who I just mentioned, Lionel Hollins, and Johnny Davis.
Johnny Davis,
not Wisconsin's Johnny Davis.
No, Johnny Davis, who ended up playing for the Indiana Pacers
of the 77 Blazers.
Yep.
Because I just read a book on them. Because I'm a nerd, and I feel like I don't remember.
And then they had either Mike or Larry Steele coming off the bench.
Yeah, it was Larry Steele, Dave Twardzik.
Yeah, old ABA guy.
Whew, you guys lose me at 70s Blazers. That's a little much.
I think Johnny Davis played at University of Dayton.
Now you're just flexing.
What a pull!
Now you're just flexing.
Who was on the starting 5 when they made the finals with Drexler? Who else was on that team?
Drexler, Robinson, Porter, Kevin Duckworth.
Kevin Duckworth,
who's dead. Yes,
that's a shame.
I hate to see it.
Sabonis was later, right? He was not on that team that played the Bulls.
I don't know. He might have been.
Now I got to look this up.
Was that 92?
Yeah. Rasheed Wallace was with them at some point.
He was later because he played at Carolina in the mid-90s.
Yeah, that's true. He won his championships with the Pistons in the early 2000s.
Danny Ainge was on that team.
Wow, I didn't remember that.
Mario Ely. Jerome Kersey. Kersey might have been over Terry Porter.
Yeah, he was a starter.
Yeah. Young Robert Pack, remember him?
Yeah, Kersey, I think, played at Longwood. I want to say that's where he played
college ball. Buck Williams.
Wow. I always loved the Trailblazers uniforms too.
Yeah,
thought those were awesome.
Those weren't the Jailblazers either. That was the late 90s. Rush Weed, Wallace.
Was that when Pippen was there?
Stoudemire. Wasn't it Stoudemire and Wallace? They got pulled over smoking on like the way to practice.
Yes.
Who was? Oh man, Isaiah Ryder.
Yeah,
was a problem.
Yes, he was
on and off the court.
I'm trying to remember when Pippen was there because he was there for a couple seasons and was good. Actually,
I feel like it was right after that era.
Oh, he left after they won their last championship in 97, 96.
I mean, we're really not going to finish the top 5.
We're having a great time talking about ball.
Was Zach Randolph a Jailblazer?
Zebo was for a while, I thought.
Sean Kemp?
No.
He was a supersonic.
So
I remember he was a supersonic, but Google AI is telling me he might have been Reuben Patterson, Bonzi Wells.
Wow, Bonzi Wells. you remember his coming out? It was in the NCAA tournament. Ball State, they beat UNLV in the tournament.
I'll take your word for it.
Yes, sir.
Walker, you want to finish your deal now?
Yeah, we can do that.
That was fun.
It was good. It was good. Just naming dudes. It's the best. And at number 5, a millionaire trophy hunter has been killed by a herd of 5 angry elephants while hunting an antelope.
Okay.
While the man was licensed to hunt the antelope and was closing in with his shotgun, he met his demise when he was ambushed by a herd of elephants in the area he was hunting. Reportedly, the herd was protecting their baby calf and were well hidden in the dense undergrowth at the time, appearing as if out of nowhere, and was brutally trampled underfoot and killed.
Yikes.
I hate to hear that. Although I do kind of feel
you
like...
sound pretty tore up about it.
I kind of feel like, this guy was like... I've read his list of trophies that he's taken, and when you say license, he paid some African government a bunch of money to go kill an animal just to put its head on his wall. I feel like fair is fair. Got to give this guy's head to the elephants.
Is that not?
Get all taxidermied up. They can hang out over in the bush.
On the live chat, someone said, "Did someone mention Rod Strickland?"
Oh yeah, Hot Rod.
Yeah,
Rod Strickland.
Sorry, Bear. So your commentary about animal rights.
This is happening more and more, though. This is like the second incident where poachers have been out hunting something else and didn't realize that another species of animal was.
Do you have the Born
hunting
Free
them.
music?
Instant karma's going to get you.
I think it's fantastic news.
That the hunter died. You think a human being getting trampled by a bunch of elephants is
yeah,
you're
this
celebrating?
guy's case, yeah.
We never talked about that earlier in the week when the tiger got loose in Russia.
We did.
He was
head on a swivel.
But he said he sides
Yeah,
with
he's
the
pulling
animal.
for the
That's
tiger.
true. He did say he was pulling for the tiger.
Typically pull for the animals in these situations, especially this one. A trophy hunter, that's somebody just going to kill just to kill something. I think if you're a trophy hunter, something's probably seriously psychologically wrong with you.
Yeah.
Isn't that there was a bunch of heat? The Jimmy John CEO was a big
Yeah, that's why I don't eat their
hunter.
sandwiches. They taste like elephant tears.
Jeez.
Can't bite into one. And their bread's not very good.
I had no idea Scottie Pippen played 4 years in Portland. That's
You wouldn't want to
awesome.
go out into the African bush and shoot a lion or something?
No, I'd be more likely to shoot whoever was trying to shoot the lion.
I feel like that would be a very
Commit murder?
What if
That's not murder.
All right, what if with a bow? What if you're by yourself and it's just
not
primal
murder?
man? It's you or the lion. You've got a crossbow.
I follow, as always, don't start, none won't be. That lion didn't do anything to me. I'm going to stay over here in my
You
little...
can't grill it until you kill it.
Yeah. You love quoting that guy. I think
It's
I would,
true.
I would love for that guy to meet up with her.
You're gonna be sitting eating your cheeseburger later tonight.
We're not.
Wait, where do you think your food comes from?
I don't want to blow past the fact that Bear just said that if he shot someone trying to shoot a lion, that's not murder.
If it's a poacher, it's not.
That is murder.
I would argue that it's not.
What would you have done back before mass-produced food? You would have just been sitting there eating gravel. No, I'm not gonna eat
There's
that.
a huge difference between hunting and for food and for sustenance and doing what this old rich dude's been doing all his life, which is paying exorbitant amounts of money to go and kill, usually in a very unfair manner, some kind of staged
Unfair?
hunt.
Like, what would be fair if you give
Like
the
what
lion
you were
a
talking
knife?
No, but they've got these where they go hunt. These trophy hunters go.
Well, you want some big elephant over there with a bulletproof vest going, I'm ready for your ass. Come get it.
I'm not sure how you make it fair. I mean,
the elephant showed you last night, I guess, or whenever this happened.
I said not murder, Bear. I can't.
The guys, he made the decision to go out there and get in there, go into their neighborhood.
Doesn't give you the right to shoot him.
Reminds me of
It's just the law of the jungle. I mean, if me and you go to the south side of Chicago
the law
tonight,
of the jungle,
and we go to the O Block
That
and
is-
we get killed, whose fault is that?
It's still murder. It is still murder.
No, I abhor trophy hunters. I think they're probably sociopaths or psychotics deep down. That's like the first question to shrink ask somebody if they think they've got like those bad problems like you're a sociopath or a psychopath.
They ask if you what?
If you like to hunt?
No, if you like to harm animals. And I put trophy hunters
There's
right
a difference
there.
between
Trophy
Jeffrey
hunting?
Dahmer torturing a cat out beside his parents' house and a guy going out into the African bush with a rifle.
And staged hunt and paying $500,000 just to kill one of God's majestic creatures.
What'd you eat last night for dinner, Bear?
Cheese pizza from South Coast Pizza.
You did not have a cheese pizza.
Yeah, I absolutely did.
Stop.
I thought you said you were going to have wings or something.
No, I got the boys' wings. I don't eat that much meat anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you your nose is about to knock through this glass right now.
No, it's not. And again, there's a difference. I've always hated trophy hunters. They disgust me.
Teddy Roosevelt, one of my favorite president. You find him disgusting?
Well, I mean, it was like almost 150 years ago.
He was a trophy hunter, man. He went out and
I know,
shot
that was like
big animals. It's a man.
Yeah, there's a lot that's happened in 150 years, Russ.
People can still go out there and want to get in touch with nature.
That's really getting in touch with nature.
So I think so.
So the crocodile hunter, remember him, the TV show guy?
Yeah,
Steve Irwin.
Yeah,
Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
So are you saying that he deserved it when he got pierced by a
stingray? Not at all. But he would be the first to tell you that it was his fault. He always said that on his show. He said, I'm in their area.
Yeah.
If something happens, it's on me. But I have a big problem. You can look up trophy hunting's it's a dirty, dark world. And
it's a dirty, dark world, but I think you're painting with a bit of a broad brush.
I just think it's kind of, I think something's wrong with you if you enjoy just going out and killing an animal just to kill it.
I think something's wrong with you if you shoot someone trying to do that. It feels like murder.
Yeah. You say tomato, I say tomato.
Quick time out. When do we continue? Logan Quinton joins the program. We will break down Tennessee's win over Alabama just moments ago. And can the Volunteers find a way to take this series? Stay with us. It's The Drive on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel by searching for Fan Run Sports.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Are you ready to show off that confident, radiant smile you've always dreamed of? Well, here at Knoxville Smiles, we're ready to turn your dream into a reality. At Knoxville Smiles, we're more than just a dental practice. We're your partners in achieving optimum oral health. From routine cleanings and checkups to advanced cosmetics and restorative procedures, we offer a wide range of services in an environment that makes every visit a positive and comfortable experience. At Knoxville Smiles, it's about more than just treatments. We're focused on creating a welcoming environment where you feel like family. Our state-of-the-art facilities are designed with your comfort in mind, and our friendly staff is always ready to address your questions and concerns. Don't wait any longer to achieve a beautiful smile you deserve. Schedule your appointment at Knoxville Smiles today and take that first step towards a healthier, happier you. Call us at 865-539-1776 to book your appointment today. or just visit our website at knoxvillesmiles.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee, and
Appearance brought to you by our friends over at Crumble Cookies. LQ, good afternoon. How are you, sir?
He is on here. Give him just a second.
We got a delay?
No, he's on here. He's just his camera just turned off. Oh, he'll be right back. He left and he'll rejoin.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry, Logan. Well, you can work us in. This is live radio.
Well, let's. He just sat. He was in the restream listening to that whole conversation we just had
about the trailblazers and monsters murdering defenseless animals.
All of it. So he'll be back in just a second.
Well, while we've got a minute, check this out.
Oh, go ahead.
From Pineville, Louisiana. Police are investigating after a Chinese restaurant allegedly put roadkill in a freezer.
Oh, I heard about this.
The incident happened at the China Queen in Pineville. A viral Facebook post circulated Wednesday accused the restaurant of putting a dead animal in its freezer. Pineville police said officers were sent to the restaurant after receiving a complaint related to the Facebook post. At the restaurant, officers said they found out that the dead animal was a deer. It had allegedly been collected after being found dead on the side of the road. Officers looked in the restaurant's freezer where they found a deer carcass alongside other food that was allegedly intended to be served to customers.
I think this happens more than people think.
China Queen responded by placing a note on its front door that read, quote, "We apologize for the recent incident. The item involved was never intended to be served to customers, but it was improperly stored. It has been fully cleaned and sanitized. We are cooperating with health authorities and have corrected our procedures to ensure this does not happen again. Thank you for your understanding." Now, we've always heard about, the old joke about like, oh, a Chinese restaurant, dog meat, cat meat, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think most people would know what kind of meat they're eating?
No, I don't think they do.
Probably not.
You think everyone knows what goes in a hot dog?
I don't. I mean, that's different, though. I mean, I feel like some stuff would be kind of gamey.
Yeah.
Like what would you?
I don't know.
Do you believe why would they put deer in the freezer at the restaurant?
Save money, so I don't have to buy. I don't know if you realize this, but meat is really expensive.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, why would they do that? Like, other than to serve it. Like, I don't know what they would put it in, but probably I would hate to be going over there trying to buy some beef lo mein and not knowing what kind of beef you're eating.
It might not be beef. It's probably like venison. If you're eating it that one.
Which, I mean, like, hey, if
I ate it one time, man, there used to be one down on Paper Mill where that bar used to be. It's across from the Waffle House and the fire station. I ate like one. It was awful. I honest to God thought it might have been cat.
Do you think what is the chances are? I mean, I feel like I've eaten at the normal amount of Chinese restaurants. It's been a while, but
I would imagine you've probably eaten something that you didn't
know what it was.
Yeah, sure.
Still here.
I had a class in high school. They called it Singles Living. It was like a home ec for dudes class. It was like a senior elective, just to fill out your schedule.
What was it called?
Singles Living.
Okay.
And they the teacher introduced us. The first thing in the class, she goes, "I've got something here I want you to try and give it a taste. It's delicious and it's beef, and it's like, okay." And so we did. It had some sort of barbecue based on it, and it was good. She told us afterwards it was beef tongue. And I was like,
it's a delicacy in some parts of the world.
That's not right, man.
Yeah.
You can't do that to people.
I know.
You got to tell
it
them
tasted
what
all
they're putting
right,
in their
but I would
mouth.
not eat it again. I mean, I have no interest in doing that.
Well, it's like beef cheeks. You're just eating it.
Yeah. Fish cheeks. You ever had those?
I just slaughtered this horse last Tuesday. Logan, are you there?
I think Logan's here.
Can you hear me?
Hey, Logan, what's up, brother?
All right, we're together now. We're together. We're connected. We're good to go.
And his face is on it now. God, you're looking great, Logan.
This is the show's kind of taking a dark turn in the 5 o'clock hour.
Man, it has. I'm trying to figure out where you guys are at. I don't know if you're talking about Sling Blade. I know the last conversation I left off with hearing you guys sounds like you're going to link up and play NBA Jam or something tonight after the show. But
well, they are. I'm going to go save some elephants.
Can't buy a bucket. Boom shakalaka. Real game. Ones know.
Love that
Logan,
Logan.
Not a fun time last night at the ballpark. I was there. That was not cool. But Tegan Kuhns, I don't want to overstate it and say he rescued the season, but he might have just rescued the season. Tennessee had the chance to win this series against Alabama tonight. This thing is just all kinds of messed up. You've got Evan Blanco pitching on 4 days rest. We've got Arvidsson on the back burner right now. Have to feel pretty good about an opportunity to come in and win this series.
Yeah, things can turn quick in the SEC season, just in one weekend. But for the Vols, I mentioned this to my podcast partner, Bill Monnett. Like I continue to drink from the glass of optimism, despite what happened last night. I reached out to Bill and I said, hey, like these boys can change things in one day. And that's my takeaway is that you mentioned Kuhns, and then we'll get to the offense. But to put up the thought of the Vols putting up 8 runs, then 10 runs on Alabama in the first 2 games, I would have said this is a closed book. Like Alabama's gonna go back to Tuscaloosa with either a series loss or sweep. But things broke out in a bad way last night. But the best case scenario happened for Tennessee this afternoon, and the thing I'm excited about the most for Josh Elander and company, they do not have to go to sleep. They don't have to go and do things. Eat, fuel up. I mean, they'll fuel up, but they don't have to go and sleep on this. They don't have to go through the pregame rituals. They have to get right back out there here in just a few minutes. And I love this scenario for Tennessee. What an outing for Kuhns. And for this lineup, you piece some things together today, and last night you put up a bunch of runs, so I think that will continue tonight. I love the scenario that they get to get right back out there here in just a few minutes.
I just had to turn down club seats to game 2 tonight because I've already got plans. Hurt, man. It hurt. This team is the ultimate Al Pacino and Godfather 3 team, Logan.
Yeah.
Just when I was out, they pull me back in.
Yeah.
That's happened so many times. We were talking about that watching that game last night. Like that happened several times in that game last night where you're like, well, that's over. Oh, maybe not. Oh, it's over. I don't know.
Yeah. No, and it was such that game last night was so different from so many SEC outings. Because this team, like I said, if you would have told me they put up 8 runs, I said they win the game, right? And this is not a squad that when it gets into double digits, you don't want to match teams slug for slug. Now they are putting up homers at a decent rate. I've heard a lot of discourse about that, particularly about home runs not flying out at Lindsey Nelson. But overall, Tennessee still, I think they entered the weekend top 20 in home runs. The problem is they're not slugging. There's potential there, and I think that's what the plan is to chase slug a little bit. That's the name of the game this day, especially in college baseball. But production-wise, last night, you just couldn't keep up because the pitching let you down so much, and that's interesting. I mean, Landon Mack, obviously concerning there, but he did put up back-to-back weeks earlier in the season with command issues. He put up career high walks back to back early in the season before SEC play. And then he reeled it back in. He was so solid, and that's why they slotted him in the Friday role. And he had been so solid for you in the opening. And it kind of connects with the narrative about both sides of the baseball not meeting up for Tennessee, So just such an intriguing game one last night.
Hey, Logan, one of the guys we've been talking about, literally at the beginning of this week, we were talking about how Blaine Brown had kind of fallen into the range, by our perspective, of unplayable.
Yeah.
But then he had a good midweek game the other night against Lipscomb. And then, last night, I mean, now he's, I think, batting like 5 for his last 10. So
yeah,
do we think it's crisis averted there, or what are your thoughts on Blaine Brown?
I mean, it is it is what it is at this point. I mean, if the guy has been put into a huge role from the beginning at the top of the lineup, in that, obviously, ideally, they would want him in that 2-hole if he's at his best. And, look, coming from Rice to the SEC, it's a totally different scenario. And I think what we're seeing here in this short sample in this interim is him settling in a bit. And we saw last night, if he touches it, that thing goes. I thought that one ball last night, I thought was out of here. I thought that was gone. What a play by the center fielder for Alabama. But like you said, Bob, it kind of feels like he may be piecing things together. What sticks out to me, though, aside from Brown, today's game, you had Henry Ford, Reese Chapman, Jay Abernathy. They each scored twice apiece, and that's top, middle, and bottom of the lineup. And that's where, if you get a modicum of production from your top, your middle, your bottom, like that's what this Tennessee team needs. It's not so much a barrage like we saw last Sunday when Levi Clark, Blake Grimmer, Henry Ford go off for all these home runs. And yeah, it's important to win that game, but this lineup needs to connect, and they need to be together and produce and be productive from top to bottom. And Blaine Brown is a huge pivotal piece of that dynamic.
Yeah, he's starting to figure it out a little bit. Goes 2 for 4 in the first game today. He's back in left field for game 2 coming up. Stone Lawless is back in the lineup, hitting 5th tonight, the catcher. And, I get it. You don't want Garrett Wright to catch 2 games. You do have Levi Clark out there. It's curious because this puts Abernathy back on the bench, Logan. And
yeah,
I mean, he's just been he was 0 for 1 with 2 walks in the game today, but he scored 2 runs.
Yeah,
and he's getting on base. He does have I feel like he's gotten a couple of nice barreled up hits here lately, and he wreaks some havoc, man. He scored on kind of a busted play today where he really had no business scoring from second, but he did because of his speed. And, would like to see him in the lineup today. I might have seen if we could catch Levi Clark today and keep Abernathy in there.
Yeah, anytime Jay gets on base, that's the key with him. I never felt like Jay was going to be a guy to hit 300 throughout the course of the season and sustain that, but the on base clip is what you're looking at with him, and he causes so much havoc on base. And I tend to agree, but I'm not so worried about the lineup and Jay not being in the lineup for game 3. Because you can slot him in at any moment of the game if you feel like you need to. But more importantly, earlier today in game 2, pitching-wise, you just had to use Tegan Kuhns. And I'm walked away from just super impressed with Tegan. That's what the run he's been on lately. He has taken a turn. Weeks ago, Coach E said, hey, he and Coach Reynolds have to link up and figure some things out. They've done that, and Tegan has laid it out there. And so for Tegan just to, he's the only pitcher used in game 2 that's monumental, and that's where my mind is. Russ, as Alabama is going to bring on Miles Upchurch. He's a talented freshman, but he's had a ton of issues against SEC opponents. He has a couple of quality starts under his belt in SEC play, but he struggled with command. He did put together, I think it was 6 innings, quality start against Arkansas. But more importantly, he's coming off, an outing where Alabama won down in Austin at the Dish, down 0-2. They needed to win a game and escape Austin with 1 win. And Miles Upchurch just battled. He wasn't flashy. He just battled. He drew a lot of balls in the dirt and things like that. So can this Tennessee offense continue to damage pitches that are in the zone? Don't miss the cookies, right? But can they be patient, have discipline, wear on him? Because now all of a sudden Tennessee has the ultimate pitching battle and advantage.
One of the things we talked about ahead of the series yesterday, and today it might not have really mattered in the end because Tennessee was up by such a bunch of runs, but Alabama is not great at taking care of the baseball, right? I mean, they had 1 error last night. They had 2 really critical ones today, like in the 6th and 7th innings. I think it's been a long time since I've been able to say, man, Tennessee's much better with the glove than their opponent, but that seems to fit right now.
Yeah, it's interesting, Bob, and I'm not a huge proponent of fielding percentage at this level of college baseball. There's a lot of volatility, but I think if I remember correctly, I think Tennessee is up there in terms of fielding percentage. And that was a question mark coming in, especially when you have guys that can play different roles, but you've got a Blake Grimmer at second. Where's Garrett Wright going to be? Is Jay Abernathy in there? We know the dominance that Jay has in terms of his feet and then the cover, that he can do in center field. But I think all in all, that's been, if you would ask me at the start of the season, if the defense was going to be a sore spot, I would say, yeah, that may be a flaw for this Tennessee team. It's not a topical point, right? It's been the offensive production. And then when the offense is, awake and alert and producing, the pitching doesn't match up. That's kind of been the narrative. So that's a good point, Bob. And I feel like Alabama, it's LeBron is kind of the calling card when it comes to the flashiest player. He's not lived up to the 1-1 billing that some had thought he may live up to at this point in the season. But nonetheless, I think that can't be overlooked, that part of the game, and it may come into play tonight. Marin at short, LeBron at short. Do those guys save a run? That could be monumental in this game coming up.
All the walks, all the hit batters last night. Tennessee draws 8 walks tonight. Only one in game 1. Only 1 walk for Tegan Coons. We'll see how the pitching unfolds as Evan Blanco takes the mound on 4 days rest. So a lot of narrative here for a huge game 3. Logan, last thing, we'll let you out of here, man. Just like, how big is this game? And when you look at a road trip to Kentucky after this, Texas and Oklahoma, 3 really good teams you've got to battle as you're trying to get to that 13-14 win mark in the league to make the NCAA tournament.
It's the most important game because it's the one on deck, right? And we've been living in this world where, like, hanging by a moment with Tennessee baseball, and then their performance down in Starkville provided a lot of, cause for momentum and enthusiasm for the fan base. And that's what I want to see for this team the most, Russ, is you've got this one at home. You only got 3 more midweeks, and you've got a series against Texas at home. And these fans, these players, they need a sense of what it feels like to stack some winning weekends together. And that's going to have to be tonight, because when else are you going to get that opportunity? It's huge. It's monumental. You can be 10-11 after this weekend, and that's objectively, you can't really, 10-11 little over halfway through the SEC season. I don't care who you are, you're staying alive. So this season is the most important because it's the latest one on deck. And this team's hung by the moment, and they've got some grit. I think they can break through and see what it's like to get a winning weekend inside Lindsey Nelson Stadium.
Well, victory tonight would surely be sweet for the Volunteers. And I'll tell you what else is sweet. The menu at Crumble Cookies.
Yeah.
Logan, talk to me about the cinnamon roll cookie. Talk to me about the Kit Kat wafer cookie. And talk to me about the brownie dippers available this weekend at Crumble Cookies.
I thought you were going to bury the lead, Russ, man. These brownie dippers, it's the talk of the town. And Russ, this is made for you. You get a cup of brownies, then you get a mini cup of frosting and sprinkles. So if you just want a plain brownie, go classic. Hey, that's your taste, but you can also mix and match the frosting and sprinkles however you want to, man. This is like Evan Blanco. Like, he's got a 5-pitch mix. You can mix this brownie variation up however you want to, but the cinnamon roll, it's a classic. Kit Kat, that's awesome. And then they've got the classics too, the pink sugar cookie, milk chocolate, and cookies and cream. So whether you want to get exotic or stick with the standard, Crumble has it for you, ready to serve you. 3 locations in the Knoxville area.
Check them out online at Crumble Cookies. That's Crumble with no E on the end. CrumbleCookies.com. Logan, appreciate it, my man. Thank you so much for jumping on. Enjoy your weekend.
Appreciate it, fellas.
Thank you, Logan.
Logan Quinton, the Cookie Man, brought to you by Crumble Cookies. We got to take a quick time out. Back to wrap up today's edition of The Drive right after this.
The Drive.
Follow us on Twitter or X or whatever they're calling it these days at Fox Sports Knox, Fox Sports Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Smith in here with me as we get ready to head off into what should be a fun weekend. Rain in the forecast tomorrow. I believe we have some breaking news on the way out the door. What do we got?
Yes, we do. Bear, please take us to the desk. Breaking news from Joe Tipton at On 3. Vanderbilt star guard Tyler Tanner is declaring for the NBA draft while keeping his eligibility.
He ain't going nowhere. Ain't nobody going to draft in the first round a 6-foot point guard, unless your name's Kennedy Chandler.
Well, you averaged 20 points and 5 assists. There's a spot for you there.
There's a certain Vandy Dandy Randy fella. I'd love to see him go pro. That'd be awesome.
Just
he's been laying low, hasn't he?
Now? Oh, come on.
That guy's ultimate troll.
Yeah.
Dandy Vandy Randy.
I kind of respect it.
Really?
Yeah.
You seem to.
I mean, I respect it. Don't have to like it.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I won't bump heads with him. Anybody who's willing to step into the lion's den and kick the hornet's nest. I mean, I don't know if respect. There's just, I don't know. You're crazy to kick the hornet's nest, and it amuses me.
Yeah, I just think it would be a happy ending. If he's not playing here and he's not playing at Vandy, he can't really say anything about it.
Speaking of happy endings,
oh God,
do you think Robert Kraft will be able to make it through the weekend with his head coach Mike Vrabel, or do we think there's going to be?
Well, I mean, Coach Vrabel is tomorrow, Russ. He's taking the third round off because his family's important to him. He's going to be at a counseling thing.
But I'm glad you brought that. Taking the third round of the draft off. It's not important. Yeah. Family's not important to take the first round of the draft off. That is the ultimate Urban Meyer. Okay, you're suspended for the Central Arkansas game.
It was Urban. Yeah, we talked about this yesterday when it came down.
Yeah, we're not going to suspend you for the season opener against Miami. But that next week when Kennesaw comes in here, by God, you are going to learn a tough lesson, young man.
I'm going to take the third round off. I won't be on camera. I'll be in another room where there are no cameras, giving you my feedback from there.
He's stopping by that therapist that only works on the weekend.
I mean, you're going to need a whole lot of therapy, Mike. You had a girlfriend for 6 years, it looks like, buddy.
I mean, he's logging on to BetterHelp, and hopefully he can.
He's going to need a lot of help.
Find the assistance he needs.
Yep.
How many loggers you think are just cold calling Jen Vrabel right now?
Shouldn't laugh. It's tough. That's tough. Shouldn't laugh, but I'm going to.
Let's get a win tonight.
Let's get a dub, man. First pitch here in about 35 minutes down at Lindsey Nelson Stadium, and Josh Elander with an big opportunity tonight to silence some of the critics. Will it be a happy night or an angry night at Lindsey Nelson Stadium?
I think a happy night.
It'd be weird not having any baseball on Saturday or Sunday. Do you have the Talladega race on Sunday? They're at the Playground of the Immortals, Talladega. Hopefully somebody could go flipping down the backstretch, Russ, on fire.
The Playground of the Immortals.
Yeah. What is this, like X-Men or something?
Immortals.
Yeah.
Dale Earnhardt, Jeff Gordon, Dale Jr., the Immortals. They'll never die.
Well, I mean, Senior did.
Isn't it literally built on an Indian burial ground?
Yes.
So that's your playground? I mean, you want to talk about disrespectful.
What are you trying to say, Russ?
Might be some dead elephants under the underground.
Kicking Bear and Pocahontas died so that a bunch of guys named Dale and Jimmy